Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Six and Below. This week, we're taking a journey underwater with Aquaman. I'm Erik. This is Darren.
Welcome into Six and Below Movie Podcast.
Cue the intro. How's the bed looking?
It's looking quite good, mate. I know we should give it a little comb.
Getting long. Hey?
No, we should give it a little comb.
Oh, yeah. It's really not too, mate.
Smooth.
Otherwise, it just gets a bit, bushy. I was thinking about letting it kind of grow out here and plaiting it.
I was about to say that. It would suit you really well.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think it will. Little Viking plait.
Yeah.
Get yourself a mohawk shaved as well.
Oh, yeah. Full on. Well, I don't know if I can do a mohawk because I'm getting a bit thin on top, so...
Do it while you can.
Do it while I can. Yeah, do it while I've still got them 3 hairs.
3 hairs. You're like Homer.
That's how I'm going to end up, mate. And if I'm anything like my dad, at some point I'm just going to literally have to go skinhead. But with the shape of my head and the size of it, I'm not sure it's going to look that good.
I know. Well, talking about your hair, we kind of done the nun last week, didn't we?
We did.
You've got a hairstyle like a monk.
Are you saying I've got a... Oh, I've not got a patch up there.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry.
No,
I know
sorry, we can't all have thick, luscious hair like you over there. Like
I'm going grey, though. I'm going grey. It's this podcast, mate. We keep getting loads of complaints that we're doing a bit too crude.
I know. I think we need to tone it down a bit this week.
I know. What do you think? What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Let us know down below. Do you like it crude? Dark humour? Having a laugh?
The thing is, if we stay crude, we're never going to get monetized. And to be honest, I want to make money out of this.
Eventually.
I'm going to put it out there. I would like to make some money from this. Because at the moment, I just feel like I'm doing it for charity.
We are. We're doing it for fun at the moment.
We are.
And if that's where we get it wrong.
But I would like to quit my job and do this full time.
Yes. And that can all be done by your support. If you wish to donate £5,000.
Yeah, I'd take 5,000 pence at the moment.
Yeah, true. Half pennies.
Half a pennies.
Yeah. Just throw us £2 for a coffee.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Buy us a coffee.
Go buy us a coffee.
I don't know how you're going to send us money, but yeah, buy us a coffee.
Yeah, we don't have anything set up, by the way, for donations. So,
yeah. If you do want to donate and you want to buy us a coffee that much, just drop us a message and I'll send you my bank details.
Yeah, how do you do it on email?
Oh, sixandbelowpodcast@gmail.com.
That's right, okay.
Right, now the begging's over.
Hey, we've got monetized ourselves, haven't we?
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
We try and get it out there.
Well, yeah. We have. You know, you don't ask, you don't get.
That's it, exactly, isn't it? That's why you get some people on TikTok just sitting there begging, making themselves look homeless and everything. Mate, it's so bad on TikTok.
Man, I'm not on TikTok.
It's bad. It's literally what you get sometimes. You get these people, make themselves look like they're Romanian in the middle of some little dirty street or a dirty house. They have like 10 or 15 kids behind them. They're going, please, give me money. It's like, mate, you live in Ashton down the road. You're perfectly fine. You don't need all these benefits.
See you driving that Mercedes the other week.
Dude, have you seen the other one that's on TikTok at the moment?
No.
Right,
I'm not on TikTok.
Right, it's called NPCs.
Right.
So
non-playable characters.
Yes. People are pretending to be an NPC. Right? And the way they get the donations or the tips or whatever it is, for an example, it'll be like a birthday cake icon and it's like 99p. So they click birthday cake icon, it comes up and they go, cake, yes, lovely. And then somebody else put a cake or flowers and they go, look at them flowers, yo, stuff like that. So basically they're reacting to donations that they're getting.
What is wrong with people?
It is weird.
First of all, why are people giving money away just like that, just to let someone on TikTok eat a pretend cake?
Yes.
And look at pretend flowers?
Yes. And they stand there going like that. Literally, right?
Basically doing the robot?
Literally, yeah. There's one of them, right? I can't remember what her name is, but literally she was making about 25 to 50 grand a week.
My God. The thing is, right, they go on that we're living in a cost of living crisis and all stuff like that, yet people could just throw away money like that.
Yeah.
Who's donating to this shit?
Everybody. It's weird.
And and no one's give us nothing. I'll eat a pretend cake.
Damn right.
I'll eat a pretend cake every hour of the day.
Yeah. I mean, Monster, if you want to give us a sponsor.
Well, yeah.
We'll do product placement. Look at that right there.
Monsters.
Right there. Well, anyway, let's get back to the podcast about films.
We're here to discuss films, aren't we? So have you seen any good ones this week?
No.
Last week, because I was ill last week, so we didn't end up doing the. We were supposed to film this last week, but I was like literally, unfortunately I died.
Yeah.
This is an AI version of Erik because I died last week.
So that's why we need tips and donations now. If you want to throw like a fake cake or something at us, Erik can eat it.
Yeah. As an AI, I can eat that shit. You
can. Yeah.
I can.
Without putting carbs on.
Yeah, without putting on weight. Thank God. I was ill as a dog, so we've had 2 weeks. So no good films. I watched a good one yesterday.
I've literally watched nothing. I watched this 2 weeks ago. I can't remember half of the thing about it because it was that forgettable, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Spoiler warnings, by the way. If you've never seen this film, we are discussing scene by scene on a film, giving it our own rating, and then giving it a little bit of a deep dive as well.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. The thing is, right, this film, like you say, is very forgettable. I watched it this morning.
Yep.
And I still can't remember most of it. I'm just glad I've got my notes here because... And it was the same with the first one as well.
Yeah, exactly.
See, going on this, they kind of reference back to some things, like they do a few like little flashbacks to the previous one. But even that, I know I've seen it, and I know I've seen it more than one. Yeah. And we even read through the plot before because at the moment you have to buy it if you want to watch it. It's not available on any streaming platforms that I can find in the UK. And I don't remember any of the film. No, I don't remember what happens in the slightest.
They really they really do need to rename the title of this film Aquaman, the Forgettable Movie.
Yeah. I'm not surprised he lost the
kingdom.
I'm not surprised he lost the bloody kingdom in this because they just Honestly, it's so forgettable.
It really is.
I don't know if it's just because it's like we say when we've done other superhero films, when we've discussed superhero films before. And there's just that many of them out there now. And there's so much better ones than this and the original
plot.
Aquaman.
It's rubbish.
It is. It's like you're just making it for the sake of it.
Cash it in.
That's all it is. But yeah, like I say, I watched this morning and I've already forgotten most of it. And like you said, you watched it, 2 weeks ago? Yeah. Can't remember half of it. So this is going to be a fun one. Stay tuned, people.
I've watched it 3 times, though.
3 times? Yeah, I've watched it 3 times now.
I can't remember it.
Yeah. But I did watch a good film yesterday.
Yeah, go on.
Twisters.
Oh, yeah. So is there more than one this time?
There is more than one. I can confirm it is a plural.
Right.
So it was all right, It was an entertaining film. It was something a bit different to
is it original cast?
Released recently.
Original cast?
No.
Okay.
Brand new cast, younger cast. No kind of link that I could see to the first one.
Other than being a tornado.
Because, obviously the tornadoes, yeah. I mean, cast-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, characters and stuff like that. Because I was half expecting, like, the main woman to kind of somehow be related to... Who was in the first one?
Was it Jane or something? Her name?
I can't remember who was in the first Twisters, but
Joy.
I know the guy who was in it, he's died, hasn't he? Wasn't it like Bill Paxton or something like that?
Is he dead?
Pretty sure he died, yeah. Let me just check. IMDb. Twister. But I did enjoy the original Twister. That was a good film.
Yeah.
Helen Hunt, that's who it was.
Yeah, that's the one.
So I was half expecting it to turn out that maybe Helen Hunt character was this girl's mum. But no, there's no kind of link that I could see unless I mixed it. But yeah, Bill Paxton, he died in 2017.
Oh, okay, quite well back then.
Yeah. So
you
know Bill Paxton is, don't you?
Yeah.
From Aliens. Yeah.
Is he in Aliens?
He was in Aliens, yeah. The second one, Aliens. He was the guy, he was like one of the Space Marines. The guy who goes, "Game over, man! Game over!"
I can't remember that one.
Can you know?
No, I can't remember it.
Yeah, but no, good film. Good film. Good cast. Younger cast in it. But I enjoyed it.
Go cinema?
No.
Dodged it?
Yeah.
Oh, Pirates say. We do not agree with this around here.
To be honest, it wasn't my house. It wasn't my TV. It wasn't my. I'm not telling you whose it was, but it just happened to come on and I just happened to be in the room.
Should we get into the vitals for this film?
Yeah, we can do. So you've not seen anything good? Any good TV programs? Anything like that?
No, I've been playing a new game.
Go on.
Big Ambitions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a crack addict on it.
Yeah, me too.
Literally, wake up in the morning and think, right, okay, let's go and do this virtual world where I'm actually successful in life.
Yeah, I've been dreaming about it. I've been dreaming about setting up shops and stuff like that.
Really good game, by the way. If you've never played it before.
Yeah, it's
really
available
good.
on Steam called Big Ambitions. I think it's in early access at the moment.
Yeah.
But if you like business simulators, it's actually really good. It's kind of like a cross between The Sims
Yep.
and I don't know what else, like a business.
Yeah.
Imagine The Sims, but you run businesses.
Yeah. So it's literally part of New York, and you're running around to different things. One thing I really like about the game, obviously I'm not a game podcast or anything, but one thing I really like about it is the way it makes it really immersive. Because every single building you see it, you run past, is a different business.
Yeah.
And you can find places what are for sale or to rent. Then you set your own, like McDonald's or a clothes shop, cigar shop, supermarket, pretty much anything, like even online banking or online advertisements. You can do everything. It's well good.
Yeah.
Really good. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of that.
Yeah, me too. I've noticed you putting like 26 hours this week already.
Yeah, I bought it on Tuesday.
Oh no. You've done 26 hours. You've literally done over a full day. I
don't know how.
No, I'm not far behind. I'm 27, I think, at the minute.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm catching up with you already.
I've been on it this morning.
Oh, yeah.
I'm determined to get a million a day on it.
Oh, we've got to get there, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah,
anyway, we're not a gaming podcast, so back to the movie. Yeah, hit us with the vitals then, man.
Okay, I'll smack you right in the face with it. Released in 2023. Runtime, 2 hours too long. IMDb rating, 5.6.
Mate, it definitely was 2 hours too long.
It was. It could have been like...
Yeah. Could have been over in a short. It could have been like 20 minutes. 20
Easy.
minutes.
And I would have been happy with it.
Yeah. What was the IMDb? Sorry, I missed that.
IMDb rating, 5.6.
Yep.
Metacritic, 42. Rotten Tomatoes, I quite agree with the critics, 33. Audience, I think they were smoking some crack or something, because 81.
81?
81?
81? How many reviews that's from? Like, is that just one person?
I just do the bare minimum research, right?
Yeah.
I just look at it, I don't look into the details. Budget, 215 million.
Right.
Box office gross, this is why they make superhero films, 439 million.
Bloody hell.
Still, however, it's quite low, though, comparing to other films of 2023. Barbie, 1.4 billion.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a plastic doll.
I know.
Number 2, Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
Which is a lot better.
Number 3, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
This movie was ranked 15 in 2023. And it was higher grossing than The Meg, Five Nights at Freddy's, and The Flash.
Was that The Meg 2?
Yes.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Have you seen that? Have you ever played the game?
No.
I've never played the game either.
It's meant to be real dog shit, the film. So it's going to be on our list when it comes out.
Right. Yeah, I've never played the game, but I don't even know what you do in the game, to be honest. I know it's some kind of horror game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a kid's horror game. A little bit like, is it Hello Neighbor?
Is it?
I think it's similar.
I played
vibes.
Hello Neighbor too.
Yeah. I think it's along that line. The Flash, however, I thought it was better than this.
I thought The Flash was better than this, yeah.
I really can't stand the actor either.
Oh, Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bellend.
Can't stand him. He's weird.
He is weird. He's weird in the film, and he's weird in real life. Didn't he get in some trouble a while back?
I think he stripped off naked, broke into one of his neighbours' houses, and stole loads of whiskey.
Allegedly.
No, he got arrested for it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. What are you doing?
Yeah, just shows that if you suck a right dick in Hollywood, you can still make it back.
Oh, yeah.
Just let them know who it's directed, written, and who it stars.
Yeah. So this is a James Wan film directed by James Wan.
Yep.
Now he's got a pretty interesting back catalogue. So he directed and wrote The Saw.
Yep.
In 2004.
Yeah.
The Conjuring, directed that. Director of Conjuring 2. He directed Fast and the Furious 7, and obviously first Aquaman as well. Writers wise,
quickly.
Yeah.
You forgot to mention.
What?
It's a back-to-back one.
Back-to-back one?
Yeah, because last week
was one.
Was the new Nun.
Yeah.
The new Nun. The Nun.
The Nun. Nun.
The Nun.
It was. So our last episode was the Nun, yeah. So that was the one. Back-to-back one. One-age.
One-age.
Yeah, so...
Double one.
Good shout. Writers-wise, so we had David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick.
What?
David Leslie, and then double-barreled last name, Johnson McGoldrick.
So literally,
Yeah.
That's his whole name.
That's his whole name, yeah.
Why didn't he just
I don't know.
shorten
Could
it?
have just been like David Johnson or David Leslie.
Yeah, instead of 4 names.
It's a mouthful.
Isn't it?
It is a mouthful. So he did the screenplay for The Orphan in 2009.
Right.
Wrath of the Titans in 2012.
Yeah.
Conjuring 2.
Okay.
And the previous Aquaman.
Right.
And then obviously James Wan was also a writer on this.
Yep.
So writing wise, like I mentioned, he's done The Saw 3, Insidious Chapter 2, Conjuring, The Nun, Aquaman, and M. Freegan.
Yep.
Is that supposed to be Megan Frey?
Yeah, Megan.
Megan. Is it the third one?
No.
Why has he got a free?
I don't know.
Like the Expendables in it.
Well, it's not a free. It's a capital E, but without the left line. So it's just like the 3 vertical lines.
Well, no, it's a number 3 in most things. Without the line, if it had the line, it'd be a B, wouldn't it? Eben.
No, because that's the line on both sides.
Eh?
So if you look at like the letter 8, or number 8 on a digital clock,
right?
Yeah, the left line is missing, so it's just the 3 lines, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's meant to be like an E. I don't know why they did it. I didn't do the bloody commercial for it.
Makes sense.
Bloody hell.
And then Jason Momoa got a writing credit for this as well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it when he added Guinness into it?
It might have been. There was a lot of Guinness in it.
It was.
Yes, I think he's got a tattoo saying sponsored by Guinness on his back.
Wouldn't surprise me, mate.
It really would not surprise me. Mate, there's a lot of Guinness in this film.
Yes, he's an alcoholic.
Mm.
It's like 12 o'clock in the midday, if that.
Like, his dad.
Crack open a Guinness, lad.
Mm.
Sit down.
So, other writing credits this guy's got is a film called Road to Paloma, which he did the story and screenplay for, and The Last Manhunt.
Who's that?
Jason Momoa.
Oh, right.
So he's had some previous writing credits. I don't know how much of this he actually contributed to writing, but apparently he got himself a writing credit, so there you go. He might have just added like 3 lines in or something.
That's why it was shit.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. 'Cause James Wan is great.
Yeah. Well, he's got a good back catalogue, like I said. You know, bit of a mixed bag, but...
Yeah, you can't win them all.
There's a lot of horror, considering...
Yeah.
I wouldn't have pitched him for a kind of a superhero movie.
Well, if DC are coming over towards you and saying, here's a big bag of cash.
Well, of course, but why would DC think, this guy's really good at doing horrors? Maybe we should give him the reins of a superhero movie?
Because he's done pretty well on them.
Well,
They've gone, he's got quite a good backlog. He's made a lot of money in the past on other films. Look at The Nun for an example. Low budget, high return.
Well, I wouldn't maybe use a Nun as an example, but that Conjuring that you've told me about is supposed to be... That was good, didn't you?
Yeah, really good.
That's got some good reviews.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, so then we got, starring wise, we've got Jason Momoa as Arthur, as Aquaman himself. So do you know looking on his IMDb back catalogue, he was actually in Baywatch. From 1999 to 2000, he played a chap called Jason Ione, and he was in 44 episodes of Baywatch.
44?
44 episodes he's credited for.
Oh, so he's not like little victim in the water.
No, I just thought, it's probably just a one-off little victim, like splashing around like a fish before you came Aquaman. But no, apparently the series Baywatch from 1999 to 2001, which I didn't even know it was running at that point.
No, I
thought when I think of Baywatch, I think early 90s, and it ended with Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Apparently, no. He dragged that shit out.
They have.
He was in some episodes of Stargate Atlantis as well. He was in 78 episodes of Stargate Atlantis.
Was he?
Yeah. That's what I mean. I didn't know any of this about him until I was doing a bit of research on him. He played Ronan Dex in... Never seen Stargate Atlantis, but he was in 78 bloody episodes of it. He played Conan in Conan the Barbarian in 2011.
Shit.
Obviously Game of Thrones, most people will probably know him from that originally. That's where I first came across him.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's then been doing Aquaman for a bit. He was in Dune Part 1.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah, as Duncan Idaho, which seems like a really... Considering it's a film set in space, the fact that he's got a surname of Idaho.
American name.
Yeah. Then this is John Michigan. And this is, But yeah, fun times. And then obviously we've seen him in Fast X before when he played Dante.
Yep.
Got a little bit of trivia, a few little bits about him.
Yeah, go on.
So apparently in 2008, he was slashed in the face with a broken beer glass at Bird's Cafe and a club in Hollywood. He received 141 stitches during reconstructive surgery. So he's got a scar above his eyebrow.
Yeah. What year was that?
2008.
Right, so it was quite fresh then, wasn't it, when it's playing Khal Drogo?
Yeah.
Which kind of made the look of him, to be honest with you, like he's been in battle.
He had creepy eyebrows in that, didn't he?
He's got it in this, look at the back.
Sure, yeah.
Got like the Rock eyebrow.
He has. He is giving the old stink brow.
Oh, I forgot to change it as well.
Yeah, go on.
Yes, this is the start-off backdrop, yeah?
Right, we're changing it to...
Yeah.
Oh, what's the next one? Oh.
I think it's a little more fitting.
A little bit. Who's the woman with the pink hair?
Who do you think?
His mum.
Ah, Amber Turd.
Is that the Turd?
Yeah.
The Turdinator.
Terminator.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, that's her.
What are these things down here? Are they like feet?
Probably bones from his victims.
It looks like someone's kind of on the back with the feet in the air.
Yeah, that's arm.
That's arm.
Yeah.
Which one? The one over there by you?
Yeah. You got Arthur in the middle.
And then he's Seahorse.
Yeah, Seahorse. There's a throne.
Right. Fair
I
enough.
thought I'll go flat. It's a little bit more colourful.
Yeah. Very bright, very bright.
Yeah, it's bright.
Brightens it all up a bit.
It does.
Another little fact about him, in his mid-teens, he became the youngest lifeguard in the history of the Gulf Coast.
Whilst playing Baywatch.
Yeah.
And swimming in and out of the water, saving the world.
Well, yeah. So he's very swimmy background.
Do you think when he went for like the audition for this, you go, right, okay, what can you bring to the table? Well, I used to be on Baywatch and I was a lifeguard of the year.
Yeah.
Beat that one.
Maybe
right?
I was youngest lifeguard in the history of the Gulf Coast. Here's my swimming badges.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got 100 meters, 200 meters, 300 meters. That one took me 3 attempts.
So I can definitely swim.
Yes, which is a must. And then another one is once Mamoa suggested to a friend that Conan would look more authentic with a broken nose. Almost instantly, his friend punched him in the face, breaking his nose.
Yeah.
Good friend to have. And then the other one is married to Lisa Bonet. Or Bonet. I don't know how you pronounce her name, but she's an actress.
Who?
Lisa Bonet.
I mean, who is she?
Who is she?
Yeah, I've never heard of her.
The only thing I can think of is she was in that Enemy of the State with Will Smith. Enemy of the State. You know, that one with all the surveillance stuff and the satellites and all that.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
She was in that. I think she plays his friend who gets killed.
Right.
She's been in other stuff as well. You'll probably recognise her if you've seen her. And then moving on, we've got Patrick Wilson as Orm.
Yep.
So he has been in...
every James Wan film.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insidious. Bloody...
Yeah.
Conjurings.
Insidious, Conjuring, Insidious 2, Conjuring 2. The other one as well, he's in Watchmen. I forgot he was in Watchmen. In 2009, he played Night Owl.
Yes, he was, yeah.
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 So he was in that. To be honest, he's been in loads. He was in 18 as Lynch, the main antagonist in that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Phantom of the Opera, 2004, has Rahul. Rahul. But yeah, he has a credit for Prometheus as well, as Shaw's father. I don't remember him being in that at all. But he does sneak into a lot of films, doesn't he?
Yeah, he is, to be honest.
But yeah, he's in all them because he was in The Nun as well. He was at the beginning of The Nun.
Yeah,
Some of the
it's a bit like
to The Conjuring, was it?
It's a little bit like William Dafoe. He's been in everything, but you
Yeah.
can't think of what he's actually been in.
Yeah, he's one of them. Definitely one of them. Anyway, so moving on, we got Yaha Abdul Mateen II,
Okay.
who plays Black Manta.
Right. Okay.
Now I was looking at what have I seen him in before, and the main thing that I could figure that I'd seen him in was Matrix Resurrections. He played Morpheus in that. You know, the latest Matrix one.
Not seen that yet.
Shit. Have you not?
No.
Not the best.
I believe so. It's got quite not so great ratings on it.
It did really didn't need to be made, to be honest. I think that was a bit of just a cash grab.
Probably.
He was in the Watchmen TV series. He was in 8 episodes of that. He was in a film called Us in 2019, where he played Russell Thomas. And then Candyman in 2021.
Oh, the new one?
Anthony McCoy.
Right.
Not seen it.
Not seen it. It's meant
not
to be
seen the original.
quite bad reviews as well.
He was also
Yep.
in the Baywatch film.
Oh.
2017, he played Sergeant Ellaby.
Probably like a little side role, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's supposed to be a bit poo, isn't it?
Is that the one on The Rock?
Yeah.
I think it
And-
was on our list originally, then I think
Zac
we turned
Efron.
it down.
And what, we turned it down?
I think so, yeah.
I don't. But before he began acting, he worked as an architect and city planner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
He studied drama at Yale, and he was also accepted into New York University and Harvard.
Right. Cool.
And get this, he didn't know how to swim prior to being cast in Aquaman, and learned how to do so before starting production.
Because, yeah, with all the CGI and everything, they needed to know how to swim.
Apparently,
Yeah.
if any of these actually went into water at any point, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I don't think they went in any water. Because when
No.
they were in water, they were in a fucking submarine for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go figure.
I know. Bloody. So next on our list, we have Amber Heard, who played Mara. Now,
Is this-
she's most famous for taking a shit on Johnny Depp's bed.
I was about to say, this is like in between the court cases, wasn't it?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think so.
That's why she's not in a lot of it. She's in court.
Probably. Yeah.
Supposedly, though,
Yeah.
there is a lot of friction between Amber Turd and our main man.
Why is that?
Because when the court case was going on, what's his face now? What's it called?
Jason Momoa.
Jason Mamoa. Oh my god, that's how unforgettable this film is. Oh, forgettable, shall I say.
Can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, so Jason was one of the key witnesses.
Hmm.
So done like a video call and stuff. Do you remember it went viral?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he was in the courtroom taking a piss out of her and stuff.
Was that actually what happened in court?
Yeah.
Because I've seen that video and I thought someone was taking the piss.
No, it literally happened. So he's
Shit.
gone into the courtroom and basically just ripping his shit out of her and cracking jokes. And then he went. But behind the scenes, what happened was as well, she was coming into work and supposedly he'd turn up set dressed up as like Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff.
No.
Taking the piss out of her. Got my jar of dirt.
Oh, that's ace.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta give him his props for that.
I mean, that's why in Fast X he did so well playing a psycho. So I think he's a little bit unhinged.
He's a bit tapped himself.
Well,
He does have to look at him. I mean, you've only got to look at the guy to think there's something not right there.
yeah, I was looking at that, then it's the cartoon of him.
That's why it doesn't look right. But other films she's been in, so she played Mandy Lane in All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. She was in Pineapple Express. Which, yeah, so she played in Pineapple Express Seth Rogen's girlfriend.
Well, the one that just walks past the van at the end or something.
No, she's actually in it. She has a
Lines.
like character and lines and stuff like that. But obviously that came out in 2008. But at the time, he's like, what? He's supposed to be like 22, 23, weed smoking, works for the court, delivers like, serves people the court papers
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But she's like in high school.
She is, yeah.
Because I think after that, there was kind of a bit of, not controversy, but it was kind of mentioned, hold on. So he was dating a high school kid. Yeah.
A lot of films back in the day done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a little bit noncy, but just like brushed over it.
Borderline nonsense.
A lot of films.
Yeah. She played Piper in Drive Angry. Never seen that one. What?
Wasn't Ross in Friends dating some high school bird?
Might have been.
Some blonde bird?
That rings a
Or
bell.
she might
for
have been
some
in
reason.
university.
She might have been. Oh, I think she might have been a uni student, but even so,
Yeah. Like straight out of high school or something.
probably.
Yeah, they probably brush over it, don't they?
She played Ola in The Danish Girl. Obviously, she was in the Rum Diaries. I think that's when she met Johnny. And then we got Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Who has
aged
been in
a lot.
Hey, she looks swollen. Through all this film, I looked at her face and I'm like, Jesus Christ, she's really swelled up in that water.
That's what I say, but she's been in water for that long.
She looks like. Hey, she's had a lot of work done, hasn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't look well.
No, she doesn't.
She looks old.
Yeah, she does.
Mm.
She really does.
Yeah, she does.
Obviously, she's known for like Days of Thunder, Batman Forever, which we've reviewed on this podcast. Peacemaker, Practical Magic, Moulin Rouge, blah blah blah. Bit of everything.
Yeah, everybody knows her.
Yeah. Then we got Randall Park as Dr. Shin, Stephen Shin. Now his back catalogue is
Right.
fucking massive.
Is he the one from the Marvels who played
Yeah.
the copper in Ant-Man, where he does the card trick?
So he plays Jimmy Woo in Ant-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, thought it was.
Yeah, it's him. And he's in like WandaVision and stuff like playing the same character. So
Yeah.
he jumped across to DC or he jumped back to Marvel, I don't know which. But he's got 177 credits on IMDb as an actor.
Really?
177. I was looking through his back catalogue, I was like, holy shit. Well, the thing is, the one thing I know him for originally was the interview when he played President Kim Jong-un, or whatever it was.
Was that him?
That was him, yeah. So
No way.
he played President Kim, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's what he's
film, that.
that's what he's cast as when he's singing Katy Perry songs and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him.
No way.
But obviously, you know, Ant-Man films and stuff like that. He's been in all of them. Then we got Tamara Morrison, who plays Aquaman's dad. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he's down as Tom. He's Thomas, I think his name is Aquaman's dad.
Oh, yeah.
So I was looking at him, I'm thinking I recognise him from something. Do you know who he is? You know the original Star Wars prequels that they released the early 2000s.
Yes.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, yeah.
Yeah.
He is. He kind of reminds me of a rugby player from New Zealand.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah. Just like say he's got quite a physique, kind of like rugby.
Yeah.
And he's probably Kiwi. That's where everyone fits.
Probably. You would think
Hawaiian.
if he came out that he was a rugby player. I didn't look that much into his back. All I put in my notes was that he was Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does have that look of a New Zealand All Black, doesn't he?
Yeah, do you think when they came and
Like
got
if
him
he
later,
starts
he
doing
was
the
doing
Come on. Just giving it all that. Man, I won't put it past him if at one point in the film he started doing it with a pint of Guinness. He does have that look.
He does, mate. He does.
And then we got Dolph Lundgren as King Nereus.
Yep.
Um,
Pre-stroke.
Yes. He looks a lot better in this.
Yes.
Water suits him compared to how he looked in the Expendables.
Yes.
I mean, the Expendables, he looked like he'd been on a crack bender for a year.
I think he had been. He got a big payout from this and went straight onto the crack.
But I think
and
he
then
must have.
done Expendables 4.
Because on this, he actually looked human, which is surprising considering he was playing an Atlantean.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was in this. And then the only other mention, the only other one I wanted to mention was, do you know who Martin Short is?
I recognise the name.
Yeah, you'll know him if you Google him. But he played Kingfish, that bad guy. I didn't realise at the time, but yeah. Martin Short's a bit of a comedic legend in like kind of Hollywood, going back like to the 80s and stuff like that. He's you ever seen that film Inner Space?
No.
He was in that. He was in Father of the Bride. I think he's been doing a TV series, Only Murders in the Building, with is it not Tim Allen? Who's the other guy that was in Father of the Bride? Grey
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. I think he does a lot of work with Steve Martin as well.
Is he still alive?
Steve Martin, I think so, yeah. Pretty sure he is.
He just disappeared like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
He was everywhere at one point.
Oh, yeah. 90s and stuff he was.
Yeah. I like him as well.
What was he in, like, Cheaper by the Dozen? He's in them films. Father of the Bride, I think they made about 3 of them.
I mean, if you looked at the title and then what that film's about, like, basically, you got 12 kids, and it's cheaper by the dozen. You're thinking he's bloody getting them off the border, smuggled in.
Yeah. That he's buying them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, you would think that.
Just some kidneys.
Well, I'll tell you right now, having bloody 12 kids would not be cheaper.
No. It really wouldn't. It'd be a lot stressful.
But they're the actors anyway. So
Cool. Click quiz.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's get straight into it. If you know what this is, starring one of the actors from this, let us know down below. Or
TiksandBelowPodcast@gmail.com.
that's right.
Play well with others.
You don't have to watch who you love most die.
You're looking at who I love most. You thought you could use my own move against me?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Zeke, Amir, Kevin's dad. Who could it be?
Okay.
I know that.
Good. You should do.
I should do, yeah.
You should do.
Yeah. Just that line that's said in there. I really like that line, especially in the film.
Yeah, it's quite a good little line, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you think you know, stay tuned to the end to find out. Obviously, leave a comment. Please like, subscribe,
Yeah, no cheating, by the way. I don't need to fast forward to the end and go, so that's what it is, and then come back to us.
Yeah, dude, no cheating.
Yeah, no cheating. No cheating.
We will know. We will know.
We will definitely know.
Yeah.
Right, let's get on to the movie. Notes?
Yes. General notes?
That's it.
Yeah, so there's only two general notes. First of all was how much you think Guinness paid them.
Yeah, definitely a sponsor, mate. Definitely a sponsor.
And the other one, right? Do you know when... Obviously, we'll get into it as we go through the film, but Black Manta and co, and this Stephen and all his men and stuff, they go and they discover this ancient Atlantean technology.
Yep.
Right. Do you not think that would be the same as like going back to say like if someone went to Roman times and said, "Oh, look at all this great technology here, this horse and carts." And
let's get the chariot.
Let's get a chariot, and then they come in like that, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, where did they get this technology from?" Yeah, it's a fucking chariot.
Or if you're wearing your little tinfoil hat, and in the Antarctic there's a frozen alien race from an ancient lost society.
Well, yeah, that would make more sense in the context of this. But I was just thinking, how is 1,000-year-old technology better or on par with what the Atlanteans have now?
Yeah. Well, it's like us, isn't it? It's like how did they build the pyramids? We couldn't do some of the stuff that the Egyptians done this day and age.
Yeah, so
with everything. No, it's like the potteries, the jars and all that shit.
The Egyptians can't do some of the stuff that we do nowadays.
Well, yeah, they don't have nukes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
But
aliens, mate.
I don't think they have to do what they did.
Yeah, it just seemed a bit daft because it's kind of like, because at the time, I'm assuming the Atlanteans had similar technology. I know it's explained a bit later on that they were using this power source to use it. Anyway, but it just seemed a bit daft that in 1,000 years, they've got technology from 1,000 years ago. Not alien technology or anything like that. From the same planet, from the same kind of time period they were in. And then somehow it's still equal or slightly better than what the Atlanteans have now.
The only thing I would say, it's probably just to keep the film underwater.
Probably.
So, Aquaman. Because, like, for an example, right, let's be honest with you, right? If you're in the middle of the fucking Sahara Desert, right, or in Arizona in America, and he hijacks a train, right, beats up a chef, takes the nuclear missiles, what are getting transported down, right?
Well, how does this sound familiar?
Because the satellite's following them and stuff, this death ray satellite.
Right.
So if he did that, Aquaman is nowhere near the water, so he's not got the powers to go in and, know what I mean, save this train before a stealth bomber comes down and tries to blow it up and gets hit.
The thing is as well. That fucking one we reviewed the other week, Steven Seagal. What's that called now?
Under Siege 2.
Under Siege 2, that was it. Yeah.
So if he did the same thing there, right? He was on a train, getting about fucking Arizona or whatever, in the middle of the desert. What are the water people going to be doing?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Unless
so they got to make the film underwater.
Because only the royal family or something in it can actually breathe outside of the water.
Yeah. Talk about selective breeding.
Oh, yeah. The thing is as well in this film,
stupid.
Right? The thing is as well, right, in this film is like when Atlantis and stuff is attacked.
Yeah.
Where's the army? Because it's kind of like, imagine if it happened in the UK. Let's say the UK was Atlantis, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh no, we're being attacked. It'd be the same as King Charles, Camilla, George, William, and all them all coming to attack them to save us instead of using the army. It's like, why is the royal family like? It's obviously a dictatorship. The only reason that like Aquaman and Orm and stuff were all there because they're very powerful. Yeah. And like, there's obviously they have this council there, but it's obviously not a democracy as such.
Yeah.
And it's like, it would be. All I was thinking was, there's Nicole Kidman, like, attacking the people as they're leaving Atlantis. And I'm like, so is she what? What would she be? She'd be like the Queen Mother? Or like Queen Elizabeth, God bless her soul.
Camilla.
Be like, or Camilla. Yeah. It'd be like Camilla jumping onto the train to try and stop it. It'd be like, Camilla, what are you doing, love?
That's a good point.
And then you'd have Kate Middleton coming along, start attacking Manta. Be like, surely you got soldiers for this thing. What are you paying them for?
Yeah. But when they actually attack Atlantis, right, there's like 4 guards.
Yeah.
It's like, where's your army?
It is. There's like 4 guards, and 3 of them are operating the gun.
Yeah. And I'll get to this like a little bit more, right? But what is it? Right? It's so weird. I can't get my head around it. I'm going to say it now.
Go on.
When they attack Atlantis,
Yeah.
right, why are all like the fish people, whatever, on like a monorail?
Well, yeah. Entering the border.
Underwater.
I know.
And they have like little speed highways
I know.
with speed limits. Because they go in the water and they go, you're going too fast, slow down.
Oh, they do, yeah, when they
What
go
is
into
this
one of the
about?
streams, yeah.
What is this about?
Oh, I don't know.
And then when Mantis destroys it, he has to go and save him. What, can't they swim underwater?
No, because apparently they all need submarines as well because they can't breathe underwater, even though.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's a lot of it doesn't make sense, but
A lot of it doesn't, mate. Okay, my general notes.
go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
How did they speak so clear to each other when underwater and in perfect English? Yeah.
You think that? Because I think, to be honest, if they made a film, then it was just like
Subtitles.
subtitles. Yeah.
They have speech bubbles coming from and go, like the bubbles go with when they're talking.
Yeah.
I just thought the whole movie was a propaganda for global warming.
Oh yeah, massively. Massively. This is literally, yeah. The whole film is just propaganda.
Why are all the underwater creatures aliens?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they all look like, especially like when he's in front of that council that he has. They're literally all aliens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And when we go to the little town later on.
Yeah, just touching on that. Do you know, with this stupid council?
Yeah.
When he's like, "Oh, I want to reveal myself to the people above," and they're like, "The only way we would reveal ourselves to the people is if we were going to take over the land and all this stuff, and we destroy." I think you're forgetting one little thing that you're kind of forgetting.
Is that called the Justice League?
Yes, and the fact that Superman exists in this universe, on this Earth, and you think you're just going to be able to just take over? I don't freaking think so.
True. Well, I was going on along the lines of, they're saying we don't like reveal ourselves to the world or anything, but yet Aquaman is part of the Justice League, running around on land, saving everybody already. There's already been about 6 films of him doing it.
Yeah, that's a very good shout.
Everybody know about Atlantis already.
Yeah, because they all know about Aquaman.
Yes.
They all know who he is.
They do.
I mean, he saved the world a couple of times with the Justice League.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, well, yeah. Well,
there you go, writers. Next time you start doing a storyline, make sure you read the previous scripts.
Yeah. I remember that, Superman exists and he's hard as nails. And if you think he can't come underwater and beat your ass, think again.
Because he will.
He will. He will.
Bearing in mind, in Superman 2, he flew around the Earth backwards, making time go back.
Yeah.
That happened.
It did.
Somehow,
yeah. He flew so fast time turned back.
Yeah.
He went back in time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if the Earth's axis got like put off a slight degree, it'd be like tsunamis and everything all over the place.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, we're not discussing that film.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, my last note. And now this is on the subject of Mantis and his guards.
Okay.
Who thought it was a good idea for all the guards' uniform to be dressed up in gimp suits?
Yeah.
They literally, the only thing they did not have on, right, was a little zip on the mouth. They was going around as gimps.
And if they weren't gimps, they were wearing like 19th century bloody scuba gear.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think later on, one of the questions I want to know is like, where is he hiring these staff from?
Exactly. It's like a job advertisement somewhere.
I know.
The guy is like going to work. It's like, oh, here you go, darling. Look, I've got a new job starting. Oh, great. What are you doing? Working for some guy who's trying to take over the world and stuff.
Yeah, trying to. I'm going to be working on a submarine. A lot of it's underwater. And it's like, I've got to wear this suit that they've sent me. It's like, what?
I don't know. He's into bondage and stuff.
Yeah. Release the gimp.
Release the gimps. They have Channing Tatum on all fours. Get him, go on.
Go on. Oh, Jesus. But no, it's
I love that film.
yeah. This is the end.
Yeah, I wanted it on our podcast, but it was too high.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely love that. That scene just cracks me up. He just turns around his ass and no, Channing, no.
Do you know? I read somewhere that I think that Emma Watson was in that film, Hermione Granger. That I think she walked off set during that scene.
I believe so.
Yeah. Oh Jesus!
Can't take a joke, can she?
She can't.
Right, let's get into the movies then, shall we? Straight into it. So it took us 50 minutes so far.
It has.
Give or take.
It has. But I hope you're enjoying it so far. Please like, subscribe. But yeah, so the film opens up, doesn't it? On
Yes, a huge cargo ship that's been hijacked. And as the hostages are being beaten up by the captives, randomly they start cheering, celebrating, high-fiving each other. It's like, yeah, look at that, just beat up the 60-year-old.
I know. They just tie them all up, don't they, with rope and just chuck them against the wall. And then, like you say, they start high-fiving. But I noticed as well, none of them have guns. They're all just got knives. I think one of them even literally has a hatchet. And it's just like... But the thing is that the high-fiving that they've took over this ship, yet the men are still on the bridge, controlling the ship.
Yes, so really haven't took over it, have they?
No, not really. And
quite far away from it.
But the guys on the bridge are like on the radio going, Mayday, Mayday, we've been took over by terrorists or whatever. So does Aquaman pick up radio signals?
Oh, same frequencies.
You reckon that's the same as fish? Yeah.
He's got like a little CB radio on his little seahorse.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's like police chat like Spider-Man has.
On his very manly seahorse.
Yeah.
Mate. But it's just but yeah, they're not hijacked very well. But they're all the hijackers are dressed in like pretty much like military gear and stuff like that.
Military gear with no military weapons.
Yeah. And there's loads of them as well. I mean, how many hijackers does it take to?
I mean, there's only about 10 of them, weren't there?
More than that. Like when he gets on there and he talks about kicking ass. Like a big crowd of them run towards him. It's quite, but of course
that's stupid, that isn't it? Because like you say, Aquaman gets thrown up in the air. Does a Superman hero landing behind him? Obviously, gets thrown up by his little seahorse.
Yeah.
And then this has got to be the worst opening line in history. So this is what he says. They say everybody's good at something. Me, I taught to fish. That's how I met my friend Storm.
Yeah, the seahorse.
Yeah, so everybody's good at something. You speak to fish, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something to be proud of, mate.
Oh, I don't.
No. There's a reason why in The Boys...
sleeps with the fishes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Literally, there's a reason why in The Boys, the deep is like the butt of all jokes. Yeah. Literally.
He really is. He really is. Oh, I love The Boys. The best bit in The Boys with the deep is with the dolphin.
Oh my God, when he crashes.
Yeah.
Slams the brakes, it just comes through.
Yeah. Comes through the front of the truck. That's... as it flies past him, just like... But yeah, do you think... Because that's like, obviously, the Boys is a bit of a, like, maybe a slightly more realistic version of kind of what would go on. And he has a weird relationship with sea creatures.
He does.
Let's just say. So do you think Aquaman might?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think he... Because, like, some of the creatures were, like they actually look almost human-like as well.
They're weird.
It is weird.
The whole film's just bloody weird.
But then it turns out that he's talking to his little baby.
Yeah, play with action figures.
But why is there an Aquaman doll?
I was just about to say the same thing. This guy is so vain. He's gone out and bought himself a merchandise of his own thing.
Yeah. And like you were saying before, it literally goes back to, like, he wants to introduce Atlantis to the world.
Yeah.
Yet they know about Aquaman so much that they're literally making Barbie dolls Aquaman style.
Yes.
Like G.I. Joe. Like, yeah.
That's a good point there.
Yeah. That's literally one of the ones he has when he's doing this with the...
Yeah, and then he's like kicking his dad into the chair a bit closer to the fridge so we can get another beer.
Oh, yeah.
And turns out, in between the two films, the guy who trained him up is dead.
Yeah.
He's now married to Amber Turd.
Yes.
They've got a kid together.
Yep.
Now Amber Turd's gone from having a fetish with poo to a fetish with wee with his son.
Yeah, because he.
Changing where you wheeze.
Yeah, so the kid's having a wee, because in one of the scenes the kid's having a wee and it wheezing straight into his mouth. And then later on he's changing the sun, and like you say, Amber Turd kind of directs the piss into Aquaman's mouth, which and then he's going on about being king of frickin' Atlantis, as he calls it.
But he would rather live on land instead.
Yeah. The mad thing is as well, right, during this, during this little, like, kind of montage of what's been going on in the last how many years it's been, I noticed on one of the scenes, he goes out to grab his Aquaman uniform.
Yep.
And it's hung up on the washing line drying. Why would you bother drying it? He goes out the door to get it, gets it off the washing line. And I'm like, why? First of all, why would you need to wash it? You're constantly in water with it anyway. So, and let's say, okay, you do want to wash it. Why dry it?
Yeah.
It's only going to get wet again.
Do you think when he's swimming around, he's like, if he needs a pee, he just stands there, like piss just floats up past him. He's like...
He must do, mate.
Yep, that happened.
Because all the fish do. All the fish will be pissing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would be.
Fish pissing you.
Talk about fish.
Yeah,
did you notice the kid, instead of actually watching TV, sat there watching a fish tank?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know which one's more crueler, because Aquaman's meant to be one for the fish, saving them and all that, but he's got 4 or 5 fish captive in his room.
Yeah.
And then...
I never thought of that, yeah.
The poor kid, he's sat there watching these 4 captured fish instead of watching a TV or something.
Yeah.
So the kid is bored shitless, just looking at his fish like going, yeah.
So bored he manages to figure out how to talk to them. What do you mean? He'd literally captured these fish that you could probably hear screaming to get out. Let us out all day.
We've seen the boys. They do it.
Yeah.
Like, help me. I'm stuck. I'm about to be eaten.
Yeah. I don't want to be stuck in this little tank anymore. Help. I want to go back to the ocean. You must hear that constantly.
Yeah. Do you think he ever goes to a sushi place?
Oh, God. That must be his hell. Although he does mention later on that well, what do the Atlanteans eat? Surely they eat fish. Surely they eat shrimp. Because I think later on when he's telling Orm about food on the land, and he said something about the cockroach being the shrimp of the sea. Shrimp of the land, sorry.
Yeah, he does actually, doesn't he?
So they must be eating the shrimp. But it's a thing for you as well. So just kind of tangerine, going on a bit of a tangent. So, like some of the sea creatures that we see like later on, like you see like the big crab fella, and stuff like that. So he's like almost like a human version of a crab.
Yeah, it's like a human crustacean.
Yeah. So what are normal crabs then? Are they just like, I don't know, they're kids, or like maybe less intelligent versions of them, or?
I wouldn't look too deep into it, mate, because we see a little bit later on, mate, we got the cast of Street Shark.
Yeah, we do.
Now, for some reason, later on, I don't know why the hell, but these sharks have got arms, legs, and they're wearing pants.
Yeah.
They're wearing pants and boots.
Yeah.
They're sharks.
Yeah.
I mean, are regular sharks without arms and legs, are they classed as nudists?
Exactly, that's the point I'm getting at. It's like, what are? So they're like hammerhead sharks with legs and so on. So what are normal hammerhead sharks? Are they just like a less evolved cousin? Are they like their version of an ape, or what? Or are they just like the lower IQ version? You know, like the special school of kind of sharks?
Oh, it could be like Toy Story when a human comes along to go, shit, take your pants off. Just floating around.
Retract the legs.
Just floating around. Not normal, guys. Not normal. It's all right. Nothing to see here.
Then how are you talking?
Yeah. And you also talk English.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. You think they'd speak like bubble or something? Would you?
So now we got our first cutscene to the Guinness drink.
Oh, yeah.
They sit
Product
there,
placement for Guinness.
crack open a tin of Guinness, and then Arthur drinks with his right hand. Then it cuts to a different angle, and the beer's in his left hand, pulling it down.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. I went,
Eh?
wait a minute, let's wind that back. Literally. Drinks up with his left, with his right, and then it cuts, still holding the can with his left hand, finishing the sip.
Maybe that's one of his special powers.
Yeah.
Just hold the can in his mouth and just But yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is the first of the Guinness product placements. But the other thing as well is, so they take the baby to go and watch Aquaman just drive around in a circle on sand on a motorbike. For like,
Yeah, it kind of
couple of
breaks the
days.
fourth wall as well. He looks at the camera with his tongue out.
yeah,
So it seems like he was just pissing about to the camera. And they go, yeah, just keep it in.
yeah.
Or the editors just forgot to edit that little
Or
section
just-
out.
Yeah, maybe they took a drink of the brew as he was playing and just like, oh, just cut here.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
So it looks yeah, we have, haven't we? We've done loads of that. We can't call anyone's editing.
Oh no, I know, jeez. But yeah, just the part where he's like going round in the sand, round and round and round. I'm like, okay, so that's a fun day out for you, baby. Watch Daddy be an idiot on a motorbike.
They're getting covered in sand.
Yeah,
His dad is literally like, fucking hell, man, keep sand away from me.
I know.
Spraying out, hitting
know.
the kid in the face.
and then the dad says, you need to give your son a little brother or sister. You know, I seen how hard it was for you growing up as an only child and all stuff like that. And he goes, no, I've got a brother and he's a bit of a dick.
Wait.
What?
Did Land Dad look after him throughout his life as a kid? Or was he in
Yeah.
the water?
So from reading through that crap before on IMDb,
I couldn't remember.
on Wikipedia, because obviously we can watch the film. It's something like the dad's a lighthouse keeper. Atlanta, Aquaman's mum, one day gets washed up on the shore and he saves them. They develop a relationship. They end up getting together and having a baby,
Yeah.
Arthur. And then a bunch of people from Atlantis come to basically take her back because she's supposed to marry the king.
Yeah.
And she says, I'll come with you, but you've got to leave them alone. And then I think she goes back. And
So
then
she leaves Arthur there then.
she leaves Arthur and is it Thomas? She leaves them, and then Arthur grows up on land. But then I think she sends Willem Dafoe to go and train him. So I think that's who his mentor is, like Willem
Right.
Dafoe, to come and train him. So yeah, he did grow up on land. And then she goes and marries the king as she was planned, and then I think she has Orm. And then I think in the first film it mentioned something about they think that she died or something, but she wasn't. She was lost somewhere in uncharted sea or something. Said.
She's dead now, though, isn't she? I
No, she's alive. She's Nicole Kidman.
was about to say, is that Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that's a little bit awkward later on then, isn't it?
Why is that?
Like if they meet each other. Nicole Kidman and lighthouse keeper guy.
Oh, so
It's like,
I
you're right,
think they
mate.
meet I think they meet again in the first film.
Yeah. Settle the difference.
I think so. I think she didn't want to leave, but she had to. And if they didn't leave, I think basically they were going to kill. I think she left to save Arthur and Thomas.
Right.
I think. So he's basically saying, well, I don't want to give him a little brother because I've got a brother and he's a dick,
Yeah.
you know, Orm. Then he says, no, not all brothers and sisters are like that, you know. They might squabble and stuff, but, you know, maybe don't keep them apart for 20 years and then put one of them as king and then send the other one in to say, well, actually, I should be king because I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
So, scoot on.
Yeah.
So it turns out the baby can talk to fish.
Yeah, he's a freak as well.
And then, for some reason, we see a scene of ice caps melting. And then it reveals the name of the film, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
That's who's to blame for them ice caps?
Yeah,
Doing a bit of graffiti on the side, tagging the wall.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
This is where the
Blame
lecturing
Aquaman.
begins.
So up in the Antarctic, Ant-Man's retarded cousin is trying to fix his shitty power suit.
Aquaman's what now?
His retarded cousin.
Why is it his... Why
No,
is
not
it his...
Aquaman, bloody hell, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Did I say Aquaman or Ant-Man?
You said Aquaman's retarded cousin, yeah.
Oh, damn mate, I just read it, I was thinking, what am I on about here? So that was it. The suit looks quite similar to Ant-Man, but it's got a squashed head.
Yes, it's like if someone sat on Ant-Man's head.
Yeah, so it's like Stewie from Family Guy.
Or Hey Arnold or something like that. Proper football head. It is a bit of a stupid suit.
Yeah, it really is.
Because he has like lasers that come out the eyes as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, surely that should get hot.
I mean, where have we seen that super ability before?
Superman.
Oh, yeah, we've seen it in the I was thinking more Cyclops, to be honest.
Oh, Cyclops, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so we
But yeah, he has that ability.
meet up with him and he's in the Antarctica and then For some reason, inside his little control room, he's got his suit there that's been slashed, and he's got like scars across his face, which I assume happened in the first one.
Yeah.
And his suit's broken, so he's looking for Atlantis technology to try and fix his suit. Because I think in the first one, I think Orm gives him the power suit.
Yeah.
To help him fight Aquaman.
Yes.
But the suit's damaged. All I was thinking here was, does Aquaman have no other enemies? Could they not have got someone else for this one? Why does it have to be David Kane and Mantis again? Does he not have any other enemies? Is there not like a
Everybody loves Aquaman. I was about to say Ant-Man then. Everybody loves Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like the little... Like I say, he's one of them, right? People feel sorry for him because
like
his
the special
powers...
needs kid of the Justice League.
Yeah.
Like the
like,
mascot.
Just leave him alone.
Yeah.
Like, don't go fight him. He's got enough issues with plastic in the ocean and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he doesn't need me robbing a bank or anything.
Oh.
And plus, like you say, he don't bother anybody because most of the heists are happening in like Gotham City or something.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what I mean? He can't...
Batman's got that covered.
Yeah. It's not going to be anything.
Mm.
You don't bother anybody to make enemies.
Well,
Like I say, they feel sorry for him. But anyway, on the next scene, we get a little bit of an info dump on what's happening as we have the scientist driving in the snow while speaking to himself on a voice recorder.
yeah.
The only reason he's speaking to himself on a voice recorder is so we can give a little bit of plot.
Literally, right?
It's annoying when they do that.
This character, Stephen Shin, the only reason I could figure that he was in this film at all was for that.
He's a narrator. That's it.
Yeah, to give like background on things. Because even like when, like later on when they're doing like the little heist or whatever you want to call it, he's literally telling them what to do as they're doing it.
Yes.
And like, pointing out, be careful because we don't know what kind of security they've got. Oh, yes, just go through there and that should take you to the fuel dump. Or be careful with the fuel, it's volatile. And it's like, yeah, but you just told us this is like the 8th depository that they invaded. They know this stuff. You don't need to keep telling them.
True.
But literally, that's all he's there for, is to be a reaction to tell us how we should perceive
What's
this
happening.
particular scene.
Yeah.
And, like you say, to point out what's happening.
Yeah.
That's all he does throughout the film.
Because literally, on the first bit, he's going, yeah, we've been here now. It's day 29.
Yeah.
Mantis is starting to get a bit angry because Aquaman killed his dad or whoever, and then he's still looking for this power. And we're going over here now to look for this, and he still doesn't know whatever that is. And something else happened whilst we were driving down, and
That's
it's
it,
stupid.
He needs the Atlantean technology to fix his power suit that was destroyed in the first one. When and it's like, okay, thank you, Stephen, thank you.
Yeah,
into his voice recorder, and it's
I
like,
hate it when they do that.
all I was thinking was Kim Jong-un's fell from grace, and he's now working as a scientist in Antarctica. Yeah. But then he meets up with some guy in the middle of nowhere, and he's put like this little tower thing up.
Yep.
And he's like, we're getting the readings. Where from? Right below us. And then the ground opens up.
Perfect timing.
Exactly. Why was it waiting for Dr. Shin or Steven or whatever his name is to get there?
Yep.
For it to open the ground up?
Yes. It's like, right, okay, wait a minute, guys, wait a minute. Okay,
he's in position.
Yep, it's just drove there. Right, okay, open it up now.
Yeah.
Straight away.
But then it opens
Perfect
up this
timing.
massive canyon, which the two guys fall down.
Yep.
Shin and this other unnamed guy. He dies in a minute anyway.
Cannon fodder.
And then they survive this drop.
It's a big drop.
He survives with no injuries. The other guy gets a broken ankle. But it's a big drop, like you say.
A really big drop.
Really, really big. You look up at it and it's like, Jesus, it's like the Grand Canyon or something.
Yeah, it's a block of flats, basically.
Yeah.
Because you see the guys... My God, this
Rappelling
whole
down.
thing pees me off, right? It really does. So like I said, that's a like sort of flare. And right at that instant, a giant tentacle breaks through the ice wall, kills cannon fodder, and then drags them away. And the next scene... Okay, because the scientist, he put like a little SOS thing, didn't it, for his coordinates, right?
Oh, yeah, because the truck he was in falls down into the canyon. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because if that truck didn't fall down, Mantis would never know where the scientist disappeared to, and he won't be able to trace him or anything to get the new technology. Coincidence.
I know. Very, very lucky.
Very lucky.
It's like the Kraken, in it, that they awaken.
Yeah. You don't actually see what it is, do you? You just see the tentacle.
It's like a tentacle, but at first I thought, oh, it's like the bloody Kraken. How is that still alive? But then it's kind of robotic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what it reminded me of? Like something off War of the Worlds.
Yes, yeah, the little grabber thing that grabs the people.
Even later on with them octopod things that they're flying around in. It's like something off War of the Worlds / The Incredibles.
Yeah, yeah.
You know the first Incredibles when that guy creates that thing that he's attacking. It's like that with the.
It really is actually.
It's like someone.
It really is that.
Someone watched the Incredibles and thought,
Yeah, I can make that into old ancient technology underwater somewhere.
Yeah, I know. And
But
then
the next scene, Scarface McGee and his team abseil down from the cavern, so we know how deep it is.
Yeah.
Right. How did he know to bring abseil gear with him?
well, exactly.
Did he just carry ropes around with him at all time?
Yeah, and scuba gear.
Exactly, that's my next point as well, because
Yeah.
he comes down with literally a small rucksack on. Right, fair enough, right? The guy's like Bear Grylls, he's got everything inside that bag. Just like Mary Poppins' bag.
It's like a bottomless bag in here.
It is.
Like Mary
It's
Poppins,
like a game that I've been playing recently called Broken Sword.
yeah.
Right, now this guy picks up everything and literally fits a 15-foot object in his coat pocket. This is what Mantis is like. He just pulls it out, goes,
Yep.
pulls like, all right, why have you got that with you all the time? Never know, you might need it someday.
Well, yeah.
Never know. But like you say, they go through into this next bit, start exploring, and then they come across water. Right, bearing in mind, this water is probably like -50 at least.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't got any thermal gear or anything.
I was thinking
It's
that,
just
yeah.
normal scuba gear, which appeared out of nowhere, and then they start swimming around. The doctor takes a few photos, sees a skeleton frozen in the ice.
Well,
just thinks,
that was when we get the first kind of lecture on global warming, isn't it? Because as they enter the cave and the Manta goes, how is this even possible? And he goes, well, I imagine this was a block of ice until we started warming the Earth. And he goes, oh, thank God for global warming. And then the doctor goes, well, no, not exactly. But I did like, you can tell that it was all flash frozen because you can see like birds that are still midair.
Oh, I didn't see the
are
birds.
in ice.
Right, I didn't see the bird.
And then that's when they go into the scuba thing. But again, when they go down and he's taking his photos of, say, like the monster thing in the ice.
Zombies.
Yeah, he's giving a commentary as you go in, like, oh, wow, this thing must be like 1,000 years old. Oh, this is amazing. Look at this. And it's just like, yeah, we can see.
We can see.
We can see.
It's quite annoying, really, isn't it?
I put here that he starts stating the obvious, so it's like, there's a structure in the ice. And I thought, yes, we can see. We stumbled upon something big here, Doc. Yes, we know. And it's like, and then the creature frozen in the ice. But then the Kraken then makes an appearance again and starts attacking them.
Yeah, kills all the cannon fodder.
Yeah, kills the cannon fodder, grabs older David, chucks him somehow rapidly through the water.
Yep.
Right down deep. And I mean, we talked about this on other films with things, like I think we talked
Coincidental
about Meg.
rocking next to it, something.
Well, not just that, but the fact that, you can't go down deep into water that quickly without getting the freaking bends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like in the Meg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we talked about it in the Meg, we talked about it in Deep Blue Sea and so on.
Yeah, lungs exploding and all that shit.
Because it literally throws him proper fast, and I mean quite deep. You see him like literally shoot down into the water. And to mention, when he lands, he's in scuba gear. He's lucky his face mask didn't come off or a crack or some of his scuba gear gets damaged.
Yep.
And then he sees this bloody black glowing trident, doesn't he?
3 feet away from where he landed.
Yeah, very lucky.
Very lucky. So he gets both of these two pieces,
Yeah.
which, bearing in mind, right, as we know, over time, if you put something in the water, the current moves it.
Yeah.
Right? And then pushes sand over it and stuff. There was 2 parts of Trident 3 feet away from where he landed, 2 feet apart from one another.
Yep.
Right? One was there, one was there, and it's like, it's not covered or anything. It's been placed on top right before he landed. Puts it together, and then he starts tripping his balls out. Sees the gets a FaceTime, doesn't it, from the dude from Lord of the Rings? The big eye.
Yeah. It looked like that, and then when he appears, I was thinking he looked like an evil Groot.
Yeah,
with an arm missing.
he does.
It's like, well, who's this tree fella? He looked like a cross between Groot and one of the trees from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
and he has a flashback to his dad being killed, and then he basically says, I will give you the power. If you free me, I will give you the power to defeat Aquaman. And then he sees a vision of him standing over all of Aquaman and his family and killing him. But How does the bad guy know about Aquaman's family and his dad owning a lighthouse and all that stuff?
I mean, I think when he put it together, I think he read
David's
the
mind.
subconscious of David for like what his anger is. So then he can direct his anger to his...
Oh, to make like a vision to
Yeah.
say, yeah, I can give you the power to defeat you. And then when he comes out of the vision, he's back on the surface with
trying to stab the Doctor.
Yeah. So while he's holding on to this thing, what I can assume is like, because you see like Orm later on basically looking like he's having a fit. Going, do you think they just went down, grabbed him, carried him all the way back up to the surface, chucked him onto the ice, took his mask off,
Yep.
and then he came out of the vision and started slashing about? Do you think they did all that while he was having it?
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah.
Because Stephen doesn't strike me as the kind of person to do something like that, to kind of go down and to carry Manta back up to the surface.
No.
I know they had that other lady with them. The is she like Asian, Chinese, or whatever?
She
Japanese
done my
or-
head in.
But she's a complete little side character who gets like 2 lines, isn't she? But she kind of appears quite a lot in scenes with David. So they've just carried him up to the top, and they were like, "What the hell was that?" And David goes back for a bit more.
Didn't even ask him about it, real, did they?
No. But they must have just...
They've just gone,
Could you imagine
that
that?
happened.
They'd be under the water and they'd be like, "Where's David gone? I've seen him get thrown over there. What's that green glowing light?" Swim over to him. And David's just there on the floor, just holding onto this green glowing trident. And like, "Oh, shit, we better get him back up to the surface." I'm kind of glad they didn't show us. But
Yeah. Do you think it would have been like electricity? So like he's getting electrocuted and you grabbed him, you would have got affected by it as well.
possibly.
Like,
Oh,
it's like a big
Jesus.
10-man chain like leading each run.
They each having visions of killing Aquaman.
You never know.
You never know.
Because
You never know.
sometimes in a lot of films, when someone's having a vision, they touch them and go, "Oh my God, what the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
It's like their head started seeing visions and all this stuff, didn't they?
Maybe.
Maybe, mate.
Maybe that's what happened, and maybe that's why they got back onto the top and they're like, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah. The next scene now, Turd wakes up at Aquaman after falling asleep watching the local news.
5 months later,
Was that 5 months later?
you know, and the baby's still the same age.
Ah, yeah. Not developed much, has it?
No, it's literally.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah,
The baby's still 4-month-old or whatever he is, or 2-month-old. If that.
yeah.
It was like a baby.
It was a baby, and it's still a baby. Baby. Yeah, so the baby doesn't age like the rest of us.
Yeah. Do you think it's something to do with the Atlantean species?
Maybe Arthur's like, I don't know, 100.
Joe Biden's age.
Yeah, sniffing kids.
Sniffing them kids.
Yeah, we get a news
Allegedly.
expo about rising temperatures around the globe over the last 5 months and how it's steadily increasing.
Oh, I wonder what that could be with.
Oh no, what happened 5 months ago, eh?
And it does my head in as well. Again, it's one of the things, I think it's lazy to try and develop the plot, right? Is getting one of the characters just to talk crap, just to keep us updated, like David is.
Stephen,
sorry, yeah. David's the Mantis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Manta.
so, like Stephen.
I kept calling him Mantis, but it's Manta.
Oh, is it Manta?
Manta.
Okay.
Through half of my notes, it says Mantis, and it was only halfway through the film I realised it's called Manta.
No, 'cause I swear, if you look at IMDb, it's called Black Manta. Or
It is
Mantis, sorry.
Black Manta.
Right, I thought it was Black
Yeah.
Mantis.
I thought it was Mantis as well, for now.
Oh, I've gotten all the way through, so I'm going to change my notes in a minute.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
But yeah, so it does my head in when they're doing that
Yeah.
to get a bit of an info dump. But then, again, they have the news channel on.
Oh.
And it's going, in the last 5 months since this has happened, the global warming has gone up, and we don't know what it is, what's causing everything. Yeah, it could be, David's getting about and doing stuff.
Well, yeah. It could be that massive island it's in the middle of the Pacific or whatever, giving off a load of green smoke.
Yeah, could be, yeah.
It could well be.
Yeah.
It could well be. But no, I know what you mean. It's not the first time they use news as an expo dump, is it?
No. And then she wakes him up and says, right, the council want a meeting.
Yeah.
So he goes off.
And he rolls over and he goes, "You want to explain this turd in me bed?"
It's not from the baby.
You've been up to your old tricks, haven't you, Amber? Jesus.
It's definitely not from the baby. It's too big.
It's too big. It's like...
lay off the sweet corn at least.
Do you have shrimp last night? Oh, jeez. Well, yeah, so the council's called a meeting. This is where we meet the council of aliens. And they're talking about plague outbreaks from the rising temperature. And this is where we get...
In the last 5 months?
Yeah. But then we get then he just gives like a throwaway line saying that his mentor, who I'm assuming is Willem Dafoe, was killed by the plague. So the COVID's reached a sea now anyway. Yeah.
Do you remember during COVID?
And
they were saying tigers and stuff in the zoo were getting COVID.
I remember them saying stuff about possible household pets getting it. Like dogs and cats, and I don't remember tigers as such.
Yeah, there's tigers and zoos coming up with COVID and all this shit, spreading it. All right, okay.
Well, good job I don't get too close to tigers, isn't it? Jesus.
On that subject, I know this is going to be really weird and really... I don't know why I'm thinking about that. But...
Okay.
Right, I just thought of toilet paper.
Just remember we're trying to keep this one not so crude.
Right, it's not crude. It's facts, right?
Okay.
So during COVID,
they
had the big pandemic, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right, and there was a mad rush for toilet papers.
There was, yeah.
Right. So Aquaman, when he lives underneath the water, how does he clean down there?
How does he clean?
Because you can't use toilet paper.
I don't think he needs it. He just really needs to swim quite fast with his butt cheeks spread. I imagine just like the current go between, if you know what I mean. Maybe that's like you know, like you see in like the old Western movies when they got like their sleep suits on and they've got a little flap on the back, on the little bum flap.
So he just like sits there and he just floats on next to him.
Yeah. So he just just like surfaces problem now.
Yeah.
Unless they have to bury it in the sand.
Look, it floats. It's a floater.
Here's one for you. I was listening to some people the other day and they were going on about like fish and that.
Yep.
And they were saying that like now how we walk on the earth and stuff and we see birds flying and we're basically living in what you could say is an ocean of oxygen, nitrogen and air and so on.
Yeah.
But we don't really perceive it. What if the fish and everything and the sea life that live in the ocean don't perceive the water like we don't perceive the air as such? We know it's there, we can feel it and stuff, but we don't see it. So in a way, you could say like that anything that kind of crawls along the floor of the ocean, like crabs or lobsters or whatever, that are walking along there, see fish the same way we see birds and they're just flying through the air.
That's gone deep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a mad way to think about it when you think of it like that.
So is he like the ocean's version of Superman? Can just kind of fly through the air willy-nilly?
I mean, I don't know, because throughout this film, right, it's really weird, right, and I've covered it on a couple of the scenes, but I'm just going to mention it now instead. Because you're obviously bringing that up.
Yeah.
Gravity.
Yes.
Is really, really weird in this film.
Right.
So, I'm trying to explain it correctly, but it's like when they're running around and stuff, or doing stuff underneath the water and swimming, nothing floats, everything crashes.
Yeah.
And it's like instant crashing, not like floating down like a ship is going down slowly.
I know what you mean. Is
straight down, smash.
It's like as soon as like an engine turns off or something, there's no buoyancy.
Down. Yeah, it just goes straight away.
Disappears, yeah.
And then people, they fall off stuff and they're like as if they fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
So it's as if, like you're saying there, they're not perceiving the water, like the air. They're just literally just falling straight through. There's nothing like a pushback or anything to slow them down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
There's a lot of it like that.
Because I noticed before, like when the sub that they're going around in, when that loses power later on towards the end of the film, as soon as it does, instead of just floating there like it has been all along, it just start going towards
crashes,
and then like when they're going through Atlantis, and I think when Manta's trying to escape, he kind of there's like they've got like a monorail or something going through.
Yeah,
that breaks off, and rather than just carrying on through the water, floating like it was, it just goes down to the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you got Dolph later on, who's hanging from a platform.
Yeah.
It's like, are they?
Are they
in the water? Are they in the water? Are they in the land? What is that?
There were a few parts where I'm thinking, are they underwater now? Or are they not? And I think in that particular one, I think they're out of the water.
But it was in the deep of the water.
Yeah.
Like in Atlantis, for an example. They're in Atlantis. You can see the hair flopping around everywhere.
Yeah.
But then the rest of the physics doesn't follow what the hair is doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it'll jump down as if it's jumping off a platform. But his hair is still going as if it's in the water. And it's like when they go to this other cave or this kingdom of the bad guy, Dolph, he's hanging on the edge of the platform. It's wait, is that not the same like underwater physics or whatever, like you are in Atlantis?
Well, like I say, you're talking about the part where Orm saves him.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're in the water at that point.
But the place itself is deep in the water. It's not in the volcano or anything.
No, it's in the ice where it's all defrosted. So I don't think they're actually in the water at that point.
Yeah, but the whole kingdom was underwater, wasn't it?
I think so.
Do you know what I mean? Because they went to the bit where they went scuba diving at the start.
Yeah. I don't know.
Where they found the trident.
Yeah, I thought he was out of the water at that point. I might be wrong. But,
you can't distinguish it properly.
No.
Because the way what they're doing, the hair is still flopping around everywhere, but they're walking around as if normal.
Yeah.
It's like continuity type thing.
Yeah, there are a lot of bits like that where it's just like, what is going on? And it's
Did it make sense doing that then?
Yeah.
I don't know if it made sense.
No, it made sense. It made sense.
It's baffling me on
because it's also things like explosions in the water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think at one point, I know it's not really, it's just a figure of speech, but when David says, I'm going to burn Atlantis to the ground, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Underwater.
Good luck, mate. Yeah. Do you know how fire works?
Yeah.
One, it needs oxygen.
Yeah.
Two, water kind of
messes with it a little bit. Yeah. You know,
it's not a combustion.
Good luck burning that to the ground, mate. Yeah. But anyway, the other going back to where we are in the film, so we're meeting with the Council of Atlantis.
Yep.
Aquaman wants to reveal themselves to the surface and say, well, because they're basically saying, the surface dwellers, as they call them, us lot, are warming the planet, which is causing plagues around the ocean. Ocean temperatures are rising, and so on.
Yep.
And he's like, well, we need to start speaking with the people of the surface to come up with a plan, and they can, help with our technology to help them move away from fossil fuels and help them with this global warming. But no, the council are saying the only way we'll reveal ourselves to the surface is if we're going to take over. And this is where it's kind of like, well, maybe it's time for maybe Aquaman to say, well, they've got this man called Superman who's like an alien from Krypton, and is like, he could literally come down here and destroy us like this. So maybe we don't want to talk about taking them over because he seems to like the surface dwellers, as you call them.
And I don't think they know about him with Justice League.
Yeah.
Because when they were talking, it was like...
Yeah, and not to mention...
Do you reckon Arthur tells him, over to the council, he goes, yeah, I'm just going up to the surface just to see my dad. Nobody knows who I am. It's like a secret identity, a little bit like Clark Kent.
Wink, wink.
But really, he's like running around saving the world anyway.
It's like, we found this membership card to something called the Justice League in your wallet.
It's the gym.
Do you want to explain? Yeah, the Justice League. Oh, yeah, it's a well-known gym on the surface. Yeah. How do you think I get so muscly? Jesus. But now we're somewhere apparently in the Atlantic. It says we are, and Manta has now got a massive submarine that uses propellers and looks like a kind of massive. It looks like a cross between a nuclear submarine and a hammerhead shark,
but with 15 times scale.
Yeah, it's bloody massive,
huge.
And right. So I'm assuming the people who made this technology and so on, originally the submarines and stuff, why did they need submarines if they all live underwater?
I don't know. Same with the cars.
Yeah.
They're flying around like little sub cars all the time. It's like, you swim faster than what that sub does. We've seen you swim faster, and we see it later on.
You shoot through the water like supersonic bloody bullet.
Yeah.
Well, you're driving around in little cars, but And then they have this crew, like you say, in the gimp suits and stuff, and they're all kind of like around this massive kind of bridge area, aren't they?
Yep.
It's like, first of all, how do you know how to control this thing?
Oh, they know straight away, don't they?
Yeah, we get a little expo dump from Mr. Dr. Expo Dump about how he's retrofitted all these bloody... he's retrofitted a sonic gun. He's retrofitted laptops onto this ancient Atlantean technology.
Yep, we get Wi-Fi from Starlink.
Yeah, they get Wi-Fi from Starlink.
Well, they haven't fibre, have they?
No. But the
Imagine
thing
ringing up Virgin. Yeah, can I have some fibre optics, please? Fitted. Yeah, what's your address? 2,000 metres deep in the Atlantic Ocean.
We kind of need it to be on like a reel that we can kind of pull along with us, and maybe they just tap into the undersea cables as they're going along.
Could do.
But,
on a black market.
Yeah. But the thing is, this ship, like you say, it's freaking huge, and they've somehow in the last 5 months figured out just how to drive this. I know. Like in his little expo dump, he mentions that David's somehow had visions about this. Oh God, what did he call the fuel? I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, I've written it down actually.
But we learned that the dock has retrofitted the ancient tech, that they need a certain fuel to power it. Oh, that was it. He says that David knows secrets he shouldn't know.
Yep.
And the fuel is found in security vaults all around the globe that they've been raiding to try and get the fuel to power this technology. But it's like that. But like I say, like we said earlier, where are they getting all the staff to power all this? I mean, how's David paying them? Because it's not like they're doing bank heists or anything, is it?
I get it from Indeed.
Reckon?
Yeah.
Because, like, if someone came to you and said, right, so we want to hire you for this project, we're not going to pay you, but what we're going to do is we're going to destroy the Earth by warming it up so it's uninhabitable, just so I can kill this guy who killed me dad, like, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, no pay, though, no. All right, then, sign me up.
That's a good point. It's a good point, mate.
No,
the fuel cell, by the way, is called Orichalcum. Orichalcum. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what they're looking for. So basically, they're going around the globe, raiding these vaults of whatever you said, Orichalcum, just so they can power all this stuff. But then they've retrofitted these octo subs, as I was calling.
Look quite cool, don't they? Like giant squids, but like as mechanical.
Yeah, they're like we mentioned before, like the thing off The Incredibles.
Just talking about the sub as well, while you're on the subjects. Don't you think it's a pretty bad design in a way? Because normally, if you want like a stealth boat or stealth something, you want it quite small in size but still practical. Yeah. Whereas this thing, it's absolutely huge, and the main like little comm center where they're all working from is like a huge and plan. Literally, you see them, they look tiny, and then the roof is like 45 foot above them.
Yeah,
it's huge, empty space.
Yeah, it is massive inside there, and then they've got all these control panels, which all they look like is a load of flashing light bulbs.
Yeah,
that they're just pressing willy nilly. Like, say, how have they figured out how to control this? But then the steering wheel is just one big steering wheel in the middle of the room with one person with the best posture I've ever seen in my life, just at the wheel, just like.
It's like an old ship as well, isn't it?
It was like an old ship wheel, like an old pirate ship wheel or something.
It really is.
It's
stupid the way they did it. It's like, that's not practical.
I could just imagine
really
when they first found it, it's like, right, we need to go up and figure out how to drive this thing. So which one of these millions of buttons, because like you say, the room's massive, moves it forward? Yeah. Which one turns left? Which one turns right? Obviously the wheel. How do we turn this thing on to begin with? And it's like, I'd probably need more than 5 months to be able to figure it out and to retrofit.
I mean, if you get 15 people to go around pushing random buttons, about to come across it.
Well, yeah,
as they say, right? If you give a chimp so long, just with a typewriter bashing it, it'll make Shakespeare.
Well, yeah.
It's about to happen sooner or later.
Yeah, I suppose. You're bound to press the right button at some point.
Yeah.
Mantis has his helmet back as well now, so he's fixed his suit.
He's got that fixed, and the alarm goes off whilst they're trying to steal these power cells now from Atlantis.
Because the whole way through, while they're trying to do this, like we say, Steven's giving his little thing, and it's like, And I've literally wrote here, for some reason, Stephen is going on and giving expo dumps and micromanaging them. He's like, come on, we can't, be careful. We can't take on their entire army. Stay vigilant. We can't take on their entire army. Be careful. It's highly volatile. That's it. Through there. We have 15 minutes to get in and out. We don't know what kind of security they've got. And it's like,
He'd do my nutting after a
right.
while.
Huh?
He'd do my head in after a while.
He was doing my head in, he really was. And then the little octopus, there's a little octopus outside, which I assume literally just sits there all day.
Security.
Is their security guard. And he swims off as its first sign of trouble.
He's like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm a little squid. They're mechanical squids. I'm staying away.
It's like, I'm done. But how easy was it to get into that vault? All he literally had to do was go up and turn the key.
Yeah.
And it opens.
Anything.
And the thing opens up and it's like, all right then.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. No one has stolen so many.
Yeah. And
There's
then
no
they're
security or anything.
yeah. And then they start emptying the vaults, and they're not very careful with the stuff, but they're putting it all onto this little thing to transport it. And then the alarms start going off, and the big door closes. And then they're like, we're going to need an escape plan to get out of here.
No, to what, stay and fight instead?
Yeah. So then all of a sudden, I was a bit confused about this bit, because then all of a sudden they go over this little hill and they're in Atlantis, and they're like, so you were right by Atlantis to begin with anyway?
Well, right at the front gate.
Right, the front gate, yeah.
Right? So these little turret things look like little SAM sites. Start firing at them. But obviously they've got a force shield.
Well, that's
As you
it.
do.
They've got, it's like, they have like Star Wars, like Star Trek shield. It's like, raise the shield. I wouldn't have been surprised if like someone Scottish came over the radio and we just don't have the power, Captain. Raise the shields. Well, so their big weapon that they're going on about is literally just like a sound gun.
Pretty much, yeah, sonar, isn't it?
Yeah, it's based on you're telling me after all these years and living underwater for like an eternity and all stuff like that, they can be killed by sonic sounds?
Yeah, lucky bats on underwater.
Well, yeah, so do you think like do you know when ships are going across at the top and they're like sending sonar down to look at the bottom of the ocean, do you think that just really messes with them?
Yeah, I think it will. They're like,
Fuck is that? What the hell? One of them ships has just gone over again. Bloody
that's a good point. Yeah, that is a very good point. The submarines and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But then obviously they've been foiled in this vault and
A lot
it's
of size
closed down
in
to the light. Right, we need to escape from here, but we've already said we can't take on the Atlantean army and all stuff like that. We want trying to stay a bit low key. They even at one point put the big submarine into stealth mode,
Which does nothing.
which literally, what does it do? Just you mean turn the engine off?
It's because they forgot to put the helmet on.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, they need Jean-Claude Van Damme sticking a helmet on.
I know. But they're but yeah, they're coming up and then they decide, right, so how are we going to escape from here? I know, we'll go right through the middle of Atlantis.
Yeah.
Right
Instead
through
of
the
going
middle.
around it or
over it
diverting them or whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
Going
they could have
straight
just,
into the highway.
even if they came out in Atlantis, they could have just gone straight up and across or out or whatever. But no, they decided to just go straight through the middle of it.
Oh, they went through a fish market.
Yeah. A fish market.
Yeah.
A fish market. It was a fish market.
But these fish were alive, having a cup of tea and drinking.
But then this is
They
when
sat there. It looked like, Chinatown.
it did.
With lanterns and shit around. But these fish or aliens, whatever they are, just sat there having sushi and drinking a cup of tea. It's like, they're going through the market district. What?
Are they? And it's like, you're either there, because you even see two weird-looking fish alien things on a date, what it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, like a candlelight dinner.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they just fly through and cause havoc. But then the royal family arrive to save the day, so Camilla comes on her dolphin.
Well, that's the problem now, because I think the Chinese in this reality have killed all the real sharks off by making fin soup.
Yeah, possibly.
Right? So there's no more real sharks around. That's why they got robot sharks to ride on instead.
Like motorbikes as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these mechanical sharks, where they're riding on, to chase after these giant octopuses. And we all know it, seawater and metal is not a good combination.
No.
It gets rusty very quickly.
It does get rusty.
So
yeah.
do you think they've got like a maintenance team to look after it, a bit of WD-40 or something to help prevent it rusting?
I would definitely hope so, because it looks like they must have, because I honestly
have
didn't see
something.
any rust, but it just after, like, not even the police, the army, or nothing come. It's just the royal family on the, like you say, mechanical shark motorbikes.
Why's there no police?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
What's the law and order there?
there obviously is none.
The king will come down and kill you if you look like shoplift.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, the king who's always on the surface might come down one
Yeah.
day,
Yeah, he don't bother with the city or anything.
chop your fins off.
And that's why he wasn't there at first, is he?
Mm.
And so having a little bit of a fight, don't they?
Yeah, so then the mum starts fighting them squid things and gets taken out by the sonic blast.
She done all right originally.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was doing okay for herself at first.
She was handling herself until the sonic blast got her, because she was fighting them claw things. See, that's the other thing they kind of look like. You know, Doc Ock off
Yes,
Spider-Man. They look like his arms as well at some
were.
scenes.
they were actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like mechanical claws.
She's fighting them, but then they end up going into these hyper tubes. And they're like, "You're going faster than 600 knots. Slow down." And it's like, all right then.
Where's the speakers?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Tell them that they're going too quick.
I don't know. Where were the speakers? Oh. It's just stupid. So they have like this massive, like, kind of highway thing, hyper tubes, I think they call them.
Yep.
Like, they're just like, yeah.
Amber Turd does a water powers to create a little underwater tornado to make Manta crash into the wall.
Oh. And then she gets blasted by his manta eyes, his laser eyes.
Did you notice just before she took him out?
What?
Well, when she went to take him out, before she got took out. So she flies over. Fucking hell, that's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
Like she swims over, goes to the glass, and then she starts punching the glass. And you can hear Mantis go, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And she starts like punching the glass to break it up. But again, I don't know if this is like a fault in the filming or anything, because as she's punching, right, he's sat there without his helmet on,
Yeah.
right, and then it cuts to it with a second punch. He's got his helmet on already and blasts her.
Yeah, because she rips the door off, doesn't she? And he's
Yeah.
got his helmet on.
But it's literally a snap cut. You don't see him putting it on or anything. It's like literally you're looking at him, the glass is getting punched, and then second, boom.
Yeah.
So
Next.
technically, he should have had his helmet on already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless he put it on like super quick. I might be looking
It's
too
the only way.
much
It's
into
the
it.
only way you could have, because, and then she gets blasted and she takes that like a champ, doesn't she? Yeah.
Oh yeah, she used to getting blasted on.
Well, she blasts right across the bloody city, and then Aquaman finally arrives. And he's like, "Stay away from my wife!" And then I thought this bit was so cringy, because Manta goes to him. He goes, "First you steal your brother's throne, and then you steal his missus. Shame on you, Aquaman! Shame on you!"
Shame.
And I was just like,
Where's the bell?
"Yeah, ding, shame." I was just like, "Hold on, who are you to lecture anyone? Why are you even stood there giving him a lecture on like banging his brother's missus?"
Yeah.
And it's like,
you
shut up. Shame on you, Aquaman.
Did you hear what Mantis said though?
What?
I'm gonna kill me a dead mermaid.
Yeah. I'm
How
going to
can you
kill
kill
me a
something
dead
that's
mermaid. Is that what he says?
Yeah. I'm gonna kill me a dead mermaid. Mate, if she's dead already, how can you kill it?
Well, maybe she's a zombie. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Could be.
Maybe that's why she has all these magic powers. She does seem to have weird powers, because no one else seems to have these powers to manipulate stuff, do they? But yet she can, like,
Just water.
move things with it. Yeah.
Sorry, water she could do it with.
You can manipulate water. Is that all it is?
Yeah, pee and water.
Pee and water.
And if it's liquid. I mean, technically, could she not manipulate the blood
Well, yeah,
in Mantis's body and just go
maybe.
explode him? A little bit
well,
like
There would be water in there, wouldn't there?
Mm.
Yeah.
liquid, isn't it?
Well, good shout, yeah. Think it's any fluid she can manipulate.
Yeah. Who does it with pee?
Well, yeah.
Do it with water.
That's a good shout. She probably could have just finished him.
Yeah, let's give him an heart attack straight away, aneurysm or something.
Yeah, just stopped his blood going to his heart, his brain, or even just rip it out of his body.
But that'd be too easy.
It would be. There'd be no film then.
Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit like why Captain America turned up after Thanos,
Yeah.
not during a battle, because she would just go over.
Oh, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Captain America.
Oh, okay, yeah, wrong one. But yeah, Captain Marvel.
One of the captains. They're
One
all,
of them. There's
they're
too
all
many
pissing
captains.
captains, aren't they?
There's too many captains.
Everyone's a bloody captain.
Waiting for the general to turn up.
I know. General Canada.
Anyway, let's get back to this.
But then he breaks open the Hyperloop and a train falls out.
Yep.
And then this is what we're talking about, where it just kind of like just automatic, like it would be a train on land if it suddenly came off the rails. Like well, they always use it in suit. They use it in like Spider-Man and stuff. The train on.
It's a cliche, isn't it?
It's a cliche. With the high ups on. I don't even know what they're called.
Like a monorail thing, isn't
monorail.
it?
Yeah. It is like a monorail.
Or a
And
train
then-
on a bridge or something. They always do it.
And then Aquaman, the king, be like Prince. Imagine they're like not Prince Charles, King Charles. Imagine like you're on a railway crash and you come off a monorail and then all of a sudden King Charles is there, like saving the day. You'd be like, all right then,
I'm dead.
go on, Charlie lad, Jesus. But then Aquaman then goes after Manta,
Yep.
and then he's like, hit him with the sonic ray, and he gets hit with the sonic ray, and he goes flying, and it's like, okay then.
Right.
Go on.
I'm just thinking then. No, but that's the sonic ray thing or the sonar, whatever it is.
Hmm.
Right. You see the kid at the start. He's got the powers of the little sonar. You see it coming out of him into the fish.
Yeah.
Starts manipulating the fish. You don't see that again throughout the film, do you?
Only time you see it is right near the end when Manta has the baby, as the kid, and he starts doing that blah, 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 towards Arthur.
Does it?
Yeah, that's the only other time.
What does he do? What difference does it make for Arthur?
It kind of makes him realise that where the kid is, if you know what I mean. It's almost like the kid calling out for help to Aquaman, Arthur.
Right.
Arthur Cuddy.
Yeah.
Cuddy butt.
It seems a bit pointless, to be honest with you.
It does.
Throughout the whole film, it's just like they
There's no
made
reason-
it. Because I thought,
There's no reason for the kid to be able to speak to fish.
yeah, but I generally thought, right, because the way they show you the kid speaking to fish, you see the little sonar bubbles or rays coming from him.
Yeah.
Like you see the sonars coming from the submarine.
Yeah.
So I thought, at the end, this kid is going to be like really powerful and he's going to defeat Mantis or somebody or destroy the submarine by doing the sonar thing at it.
That would have been better. Like if it had called like a big like megalodon or something from the deep to
Well,
come
it's
and
either
kill
that
Manta.
or his sonar, he produces actual proper sonar and then like deafens them or something to go,
That would have been a good shout.
that's what I thought all the way through. I thought it's building up. Like, why else would it tell us?
Thing is though, both times the kid uses it and you see like the rays, he's on land when you see them. Because the first time you see them with the fish, he's
point.
on land. And then the second time, towards the end when he uses it, he's on land then as well. He's out of the water. You see the
ripples.
like the ripples, the sonars coming from him. Yeah.
Good point.
Now, are they actually there? Or are they just there to kind of for the audience, to see that that's what he's doing?
Yeah, I reckon that.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, look, the kid can do something.
Oh,
Oh.
look at these weird things coming off the kid. But anyway, so Aquaman's just been taken out by that, and we get a little bit of a kind of little dump because for some reason, rather than the council just discussing among themselves, and they're not very happy with Aquaman spending a lot of time on the surface, they decide to use a giant billboard in the middle of what looks kind of like Atlantis' Times Square.
Yep.
To basically say, we're fed up with the king, he spends more time on land,
did.
so we're going to take away his powers, or not powers, his basically
Basically, vote against him.
vote
Yeah.
against him, yeah, because he's pissing us off. But he's saying, look at him, he can't even protect his family. How is he going to protect us?
How do they know?
Well, exactly. Well, I think it's because you got Amber Turd in hospital now, and all I'm thinking is he goes to see her, and she's on some kind of bed made of what looked like a jellyfish, randomly. Anyway, she's got this massive burn on her from there, and I'm thinking, Jesus, that must sting in salt water.
Oh, yeah, we'll do actually, yeah.
Surely it'd be better going up to her.
Well, it's a natural disinfectant, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but
So-
Jesus, she must be like, oh, Jesus, it's so burning, it's stinging all the time. Take me to surface, Arthur. Take me to a proper hospital.
it's a proper, the fucking torturing me, yeah.
Plus, this jellyfish bed keeps stinging me.
I need to piss on me again.
Piss. get.
You know, it's not a real thing. That Amber.
Yeah.
Just try. I love it. Give me a golden shower.
Go and get Aqua, lad. Go on. Oh Jesus.
It's her favourite type of showers.
Yeah.
So
The
Atlanta, or Atlanta, her name is, isn't it?
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta. Tells Arthur he stole a supply of the power supplies from the old ancient technology.
Yeah.
Oh, shock again! Power supplies. They had the global warming and all that stuff.
He's basically China at this point.
Yeah,
Polluting
pretty
the
much.
world, yeah.
Pretty much, mate. Arthur
Opening-
comes with a plan to break his brother out of jail, whilst Dolph does a voiceover to explain what is happening.
Yes.
So instead of the doctor doing it, it's now Dolph.
Yeah. So I love how he goes. He goes, your brother's being kept on land, underground. Well, which is it? Is he on land or is he underground?
Is that meant to be his dad?
No, I don't think so.
Is it Dolph? Is it Orm's dad?
No, I think what it is, because it confused me a bit. I think what it is, there's obviously 6 kingdoms of Atlantis. And I think
He's one of the other kings from different
Yeah,
places.
the same as the crab guy is another king, and I think
Right,
the king
makes
of
sense.
Atlantis kind of rules over all the other kings. He's like the head king.
So the others aren't really kings, are they?
Not really.
No.
Well, the kings-ish.
Ish.
King-ish.
Actually, it's a bit like us, isn't it? If you think about Europe.
I thought you meant meeting you.
No, like if you think about Europe in a way.
Yeah.
So we've got the king, Charles.
Yeah.
But then you got the UN.
Okay.
You are technically like higher because they have more control and more say of things.
Well, it could be more like the European Union.
Yeah, that type of thing.
Yeah, so you've got like each individual states of like Germany, France, and all stuff
Yeah.
like that. But although they have their own governments, they're ruled by European Union.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
A little bit like that, isn't it?
Basically like that,
Yeah.
in a sense, yeah.
I thought I'm tangerine.
But the first excuse Aquaman has, he's like, I'm going to break my brother out of jail. And he's like, hold on, what? We're like, literally, we just got here and you're talking about that. We've not even discussed the plan yet. And it's like, oh, okay, carry on. I want to break my brother out of jail. Anyway, yeah, so it turns out that he's being kept by the fisherman or the Fisher King or something for killing the Fisher King or some bollocks. So anyway, he says that they live in the desert.
Yep.
Away from water, yet they're
Yep.
still on the coast for some
Yep.
reason. Right? And they've adapted from having to use water to keep their strength to drinking blood.
Yep.
So they're basically vampires.
Yeah. So are they going on land taking Arabs and then
I think so.
eating them?
I think they're just sucking Arabs dry. That's what I took from that little speech.
Yeah.
And they're saying the council are looking for war powers and this will give them the ammo they need. So Arthur's like, well, I'll just go as me. Not as the king, but as me. And it's like, well, you are the king, dude. So, like, maybe don't do it.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that, mate.
And it's like, well, we'll do it as a stealth mission.
Oh, do you mean the stealth suit he gets given, but yet his hair and his head is not covered up in his hands, but yet they go invisible as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the stealth suit that he keeps turning on and off constantly. So it may as well just not be used.
Yeah.
Because by the
pretty
end of
much.
the mission, like about 50,000 people have seen him.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know him. He's the king of Atlantis. It's like, Jesus Christ.
But all these
So, yeah.
guards, what are beating the shit out of his brother at the moment in this, like, say, in the desert, they are an army of Iron Groots.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, just beating the shit out of the brother. For what reason? Did they just come in and go, it's 2 o'clock, guys, come on, let's go beat the shit out of him?
I was thinking that. It's like, what is it, the 2 o'clock beating time?
Yeah.
It's
They just
like-
rock up for no reason, start
Yeah.
beating the shit out of him.
It's like, we'll see you at 4 o'clock for the next one.
Yeah. And then where does Arthur get all the fire extinguishers from? Because next minute, fire extinguishers
Oh,
start
that-
coming in. Just so you can see when he's fighting, you know where Arthur is running around the room. That's the only reason for it.
It was like, I think that little squid goes through and turns something on, and then for some reason steam starts coming through. But I was thinking, yeah, why have you put steam in the room? Because you're invisible anyway, so why do you need steam to kind of
Because they watched
stop
Hollow Man,
them?
and when they
Yeah.
seen Hollow Man in the steam room, they thought, oh, that's quite cool CGI. We could do something like it.
They must have done.
Because that's the only reason for it.
No, I know, because
Just so you can see where he's running around fighting them.
that is, thinking of
That's
it, that
it.
is literally the only reason, because,
Otherwise, you just see the guys going, what's just hit
okay.
me? What's just hit me? I threw me over here. What done that?
Don't make any sense, does it?
That's the only reason, mate. Again, it's just for the viewers to see where Aquamans are running around the room.
But Arm's been on a diet, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's skinny as hell. He looks like Christine Bale in that skinny film.
Machinist.
That skinny film.
Skinny film.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, he's he calls him skinny jeans later on, doesn't he? I thought that was quite funny. But yeah, they're basically, it turns out that they're giving him just enough water to keep him alive, because apparently they get their, I did not know this, but they get their power from water.
Supposedly, yeah. Yeah, it's like steroids.
Yeah, it's full of steroids.
So,
But the monsters come in to torture on. We discussed that.
how long does it last, though? The water thing, how long does it last? Like, is that within 3 days? Does he lose all his powers?
Well, I've read something here, right? So on IMDb, it's got a little bit of trivia, and it says part of Orm's imprisonment involves placing him in a dry environment and rationing his water to rob him of his natural Atlantean strength.
Yeah.
This reflects weakness from the comics, where Aquaman couldn't be out of the water for much more than an hour.
But yet it lives on land.
But then this was adjusted to be more of a logical weakness over the years and was eventually removed in 2011.
Right.
So that answers nothing.
I'm not saying that does nothing.
Sorry, I just remember reading something about it before, but no, it answers nothing. But I don't know, because how long's he been trapped there? He's been trapped there quite a few years, hasn't he?
I presume so.
Well, 2018, the first film came out, so if we're assuming it's real time.
I doubt it.
No. I don't know. Let's see. He's been there at least 5 months, because it was 5 months between you dad finding that Trident and the global warming shit that's happening now.
Yeah.
At least 5 months. At least.
We're looking too much into this, aren't we?
We are. But then that topo squid thing, apparently, which it turns out is some kind of genetically engineered squid that can also play musical instruments.
I think they're all like that, mate.
For some reason.
They're all genetically modified, aren't they?
Well,
like sharks.
But apparently this one's like good for infiltration and stuff.
Yeah,
randomly.
it's a stealth one.
It is a stealth one, but then
I like this bit though.
they're escaping and he didn't bring any water for his brother.
Yeah, he goes, "Did you bring any water?" Yeah, well, no, I drank it on the way here.
Yeah, it's hot up there. He's a bit of a dick to him. And then they ride them weird things, don't they? So like these big
centipedes.
Yeah, these big centipede-looking things, but like the giant, and they decide to try and ride one. But they don't. He says, "Do you know how to ride one of them?" He goes, "Do a hell, I don't even know what they are."
Yeah.
And then they start riding them off at full speed, and then they jump off the edge of like a cliff. Like, how do they know it's going to stick to the wall? Opposite. They don't
just running towards it and hoping it. It's like if I rid a horse for the first time, my natural instincts will not be like, "Do you know what? Let's just ram it into the wall. Yeah. And hopefully it'll climb up it."
Yeah.
No, it's going to stop. I'm going to come off and smash my head into the wall.
It is. Or just ride it off a cliff and just hope that it's going to jump to the other side and run up the wall. But yeah.
But luckily, these little centipedes, their mouth opens up a little bit and it turns into like a little grinder, which then dig tunnels forward. Which I was thinking to myself, their mouth is yay big, right?
Yeah, it's like...
Right, so their mouth is yay big. But yet Aquaman is riding the top of it.
Yeah.
Right, so if they dug enough, the tunnel wouldn't be bigger than their body for them to get through as well. It's literally their width of the body.
Yeah, because the mouth's like, say, this big. The body actually looked a bit bigger, and obviously then you've got the legs sticking off the side. Like you say, then you've got Aquaman sat on the top of it.
Yeah.
So you're right. As they're digging through, surely he's just going to be like boom, 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 or either getting dragged along the top or boulders hitting his head,
or just hitting it. He stays there against the wall like a cartoon coyote,
and that's come through.
And that's gone through. He wouldn't be stuck to it still.
An Aquaman-shaped hole just along the top. So it's like round with an Aquaman shape at the very top of it, just going through. But now,
so then, luckily, the actual go up and not down.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Yeah, so they go up to the top, to the Sahara Desert, right by the ocean for them, so they must have known which direction to go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just imagine doing your shopping in Dubai, like, pops up in the middle of the city, and he's like, shit, we're in the wrong place, you might be 200 miles the other way. It's not going to work.
Oh, because this is where they do get up there, and he goes, the water's right there, go on, skinny jeans.
They left the squid behind.
Yeah.
So how the squid got to them that quick?
Oh, God knows.
Bear in mind, these are travelling at about 100 mile an hour on these like little centipede things. And then, to make it worse, right, this is one thing done my nutting with this film. I know there's a lot of things that done me head with this film. I do know. I do apologise in advance for rants. However, so they know they need water to get these superpowers.
Yeah.
Right? So they're chasing after Orm. Orm's running around with literally no energy whatsoever. He's stumbling all over the place, struggling to get to the coast. Got 4 guards on these centipede things chasing after him. And then they stop 200 yards away from him so they can get off the centipedes, do a slow walk, giving him enough time for the water of the tide just to go over him to give him superpowers. It's like if you'd ridden right over there, you could have grabbed his leg and pulled him away.
Well, he could have. Because they did the same thing with Arthur, because as Orm runs off towards the water, Arthur stood there and they literally come past and they grab hold of him with that
straight away.
Thing, yeah. And then while Orm's doing that, Arthur's having this fight with a couple of guys on these, I don't even know what to call them. What did you call them? Like what did you call them? Things
centipedes.
Like centipede.
You've been saying it yourself.
Hey?
You've been saying it yourself.
I know, I can't remember what I've been saying. Anyway, so they're fighting on the back of these centipedes, but this is where he's going in and out of stealth constantly, but he doesn't kill them. He just knocks them out.
This is the thing as well, done my head in. Because when he got grabbed up by one of the guards on centipedes, right?
Yeah.
He threw him around on the back of the centipede, and then it was like a cage thing hugging him. So he's locked in position.
Yeah.
He goes invisible.
Yeah.
Right, so what, does that make him just slide out?
Fuck knows.
Because his arms are like trapped in, because this thing comes over and grabs him. A bit like the chair from the Beetlejuice, just grabs him.
Yeah.
But yet, he puts himself invisible, and then next minute, he's jumping from one to the other, fighting them.
Yeah.
How did you get out? What did the centipede go? Oh, he's not there anymore. Let's just dumping it up.
Oh, I'll just let go, even though you can still feel him.
Yeah.
It
doesn't make sense. The whole film is like this. It's silly.
Yeah, but like you say, that centipede thing that grabs him as he runs past, so why couldn't they have done the same with Orm? When, like you say, the 4 guys come over on them and see Orm running into the water. They could have just literally just ran straight up to him, grabbed him, pulled him out of the water and said, nice try, dickhead.
Yeah.
But instead, the steroid-induced water washes over him, and then all of a sudden he's muscly again and starts kicking ass.
Comes out like Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Just jumps out, starts Bruce Lee them or kicking them all in the head and flying around everywhere.
But all I can say is if he was supposed to be on a stealth mission, it's gone very bad. Because
Really
even
bad.
like when Arthur or Aquaman then catches up to Orm and he's fighting them, he's no longer stealth and he's fighting a couple of the guys. And then I think Arthur goes to kill one of them, but instead Orm comes over and just knocks him out.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but he's seen Arthur now.
Yeah.
He's seen that it's Arthur, your brother, the king of Atlantis, that just... I'm not condoning him killing him, but come on.
Do you know what it would be?
What?
They've got to make it look like everybody's still alive so they can make it PG.
Oh, is it a PG?
I don't know. But for the ratings, anyway.
But even so, yeah, it's like later on, people get knocked out in this so easy. It's like even the guys literally later on that have got they've got them big old-fashioned scuba things on.
Yeah, 1900s one.
1900 kind of round scuba helmet, and they're going around hitting them and knocking them out.
Yeah.
Even though they're wearing scuba helmets.
Yes.
It's like in all the other films we watch where people are in full tactical gear, tactical helmet, and can literally take a bullet and they're knocking them out.
Yep. Is it Jason Statham by any chance who does this?
It was Jason Statham, yeah. And I think it was Fast X as well.
Yes.
But then
they jump in a little sub to drive back in a casual thing.
Oh, a whole army comes, done it, chasing them, and they're like, I think we better get out of here. So then, not only have the people they've knocked out seen them, but the whole army that are coming towards them has seen that it's obviously Aquaman that's just rescued them. But yeah, and then they're in the car, so go on, sorry.
Okay, so now they're driving around in the car. I've got a few questions about this one.
Yeah, go on.
So, did Aquaman bring spare pair of clothes for Orm? Because now he's got changed. And it happens to fit him. But also, is that a haircut?
Oh, shit. He has as well.
Is that a haircut and a shave?
I didn't even notice. He has as well. Yeah, because he had
So
long
was Arthur
shaggy hair
there,
and a
like,
beard, didn't he?
A little barber chair set up in the back of the sub, like...
Hear me? It's like, come on, guy, I brought you this, I'll give you a quick haircut before we go. But Arthur, am we in a bit of a rush? No. Come on, you got to look presentable, Christ.
Yeah, it's fine, don't worry, mate.
Yeah.
Well, I've got your back.
Maybe you hired a mobile barber to meet them there.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he had like a baby shark, like a baby great weight? Great weight rate.
Baby shark.
Yeah, doing all that with his head.
Possibly. I mean, he does talk to the shark, so it is possible.
Let's give him a quick trim while you're there, mate.
Oh. But they have an argument about him not taking anything seriously, and he's like, he doesn't like that he uses comedy to deal with his stress.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Mantis has now got himself set up an underwater base. That is also an old oil refinery from the old power cells from back in the day.
You've done a fucking lot in 5 months, haven't they?
Done a lot, mate.
Mm.
I mean, well, technically that volcano was already the old oil refinery place, wasn't it? So just activated it, really.
Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah. They've not started it from scratch, have they?
No. Well, they got a little bit of a heads up from that way. Doctor tells Mantis that he's a little bit uncomfortable with the power cells and using them, and it may mess up the global planet and make it a little bit warmer. So then Mantis tells him, well, you can either stop being a bitch or you can go outside if you want.
Yeah.
Which happens to be perfect timing for what? A tree moving around or some shit?
Oh, he's making a hell of a noise, wasn't it? I thought that it's like you can leave any time you want if you think you can survive out there. And he looks through like the little gap, and then all of a sudden it's like, and it's just like, and he goes, nah, I think I'll stay. But at this point, obviously, we don't know what's out there, and I was just like, what the freaking hell is in that jungle?
It can't be that bad, mate, because all it is a stairway up to the doorway. There's no door or anything, mate. It's just like an arch with stairs.
I know.
It's like, what, they don't know how to use stairs, do they?
Maybe they don't. Maybe they're like cows or something, and they can go upstairs but not down or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just,
And as we see a little later on, because all the bugs are basically ingrown, haven't they?
yeah.
Maybe it was like something dead friendly, but it just sounded bad. Like you say, it might be a giant cow's going, but it's going,
Maybe.
having a bad heart attack. So the doctor's like, shit, I'm not going out there. But really, it's something nice and friendly.
He might have been.
I mean, he could have made a pet.
Yeah, he could have rode it out.
Could have.
He could have been saying in his language, "Come on, doctor, I'll help you," but it sounded like. So anyway, Orm decides to take him to the last frontier, which is apparently some pirate city where someone has gone around the globe, gathering up a load of sunken shipwrecks for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason.
And made a city out of it, randomly.
You see, if they turned around and said that this city was placed, or built, shall we say, where the Bermuda Triangle is, I could go, right, okay, I can go along with that because loads of ships have been sinking over the time, and this is all ships, and they've built it up. But no, like you said, they've gone around just foraging shipwrecks.
Yeah, basically.
Built a city.
And built a whole pirate city out of it.
I mean, would they be classed as pirates still?
Well, they call them pirates, but I
don't
don't
have
know.
a boat.
What exactly are they pirating? Maybe they pirate DVDs, you know.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe.
I didn't see an old galleon or anything. Jumping from one ship to the other.
But then they get put in chains, and they think that, like, because Aquaman says to, like, Orm, he says, you know, pirates and me don't get on very well. And he's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's why I brought you here, mate.
Anyway, so they're both in chains, and then this is where the hammerhead sharks are. We meet the street sharks, as you called them before, where they're in the clothes and shit. But then,
Stupid.
This is what I want to say. So it turns out that the head guy of this pirate organization in this town or whatever, it's kind of like gambling and bars and all stuff that's going on.
Illegal activity, isn't it?
Illegal activities.
Yeah.
Did you see that kind of thing that looked like a roulette wheel? I think they were using giant pearls for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they go to meet this guy called Kingfish, who's voiced, as I mentioned before, by Martin Short.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it turns out that Orm says that it was Kingfish that put him in touch with David / Manta
Yeah.
in the first film. Right. All I was thinking, could you imagine, right? Imagine you're there, this guy who goes around robbing submarines with your dad and all stuff like that. And then all of a sudden you're underwater and this fucking fish that calls himself the Kingfish
Jabba
comes
the
over
Hutt.
to you. That looks basically like the fish version of Jabba the Hutt. Comes over and it's like, waka 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 waki. Comes over and goes, hey, mate, the King of Atlantis wants to be with you. I'd be like, a fucking talking fish? The fuck? You think oh, Jesus Christ, there's someone poured crack into this water. What the hell is going on?
How did they meet?
That's what, that basically, what I just said then was that question.
Yeah.
How did they meet?
Because like you say, generally, after his submarine sunk, right, and his dad died, did he just kick about underwater for like several years, hoping to come across some alien fish?
I don't know.
If it was me, I'd be back on land. I'd be like, I'm not going back in the water.
No.
But submarine's just shrunk. It's quite traumatic thing that's just happened.
Yeah,
My dad's died.
Some weird guy that talks to fish has just come along, killed me dad, left me, and fucked off. And now I'm seeing talking fish everywhere. You know,
how strong was that nuclear suit I was wearing from the radioactive?
maybe I should keep away from them nuclear subs.
Get
Well,
a little
yeah,
bit of poisoning.
How the hell did that introduction even take place? Oh,
And what is that place about? Honestly, there's
I
neon
don't
lights
know.
everywhere. You got a band singing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like some little weird alien thing singing.
some weird alien fish-looking thing.
The whole thing was just.
It was just weird. It was
There's
just
a little bit of a
weird.
fight with the street sharks,
Oh.
and then manages to get the information out of Jabba by putting a scuba helmet on him. So he's killed somebody else already, so we could try and torture Jabba.
Did you notice Jabba had tits?
Yeah,
He had like wobbly,
fat tits.
like fat man boobs, just like dead saggy ones. And I was like, why have you even made that a thing? But Orm offers the Kingfish a sexual favour with Aquaman if they help him out, which I thought was a bit OTT.
He did a little bit, didn't he?
He was like, you can have any favour you want from the King of Atlantis. Aquaman's like, hold on.
You're pimping me out.
Yeah, I didn't agree to this. But yeah, Aquaman kicks off. He puts a scuba helmet on top of the Kingfish for some reason because someone there was wearing a scuba helmet. I don't even know why. I can't even remember. Starts adding air.
Yeah, starts adding air.
Tells him where to find Manta, and then they escape. But then that fish is still singing as they escape, even though it's all just kicked off.
It'll be like Roadhouse.
Yeah, professionalism, that, isn't it?
Yeah. No, Roadhouse when like they have a big bar fight and the singers are carrying on.
Oh, yeah.
Smashing a bottle on their head whilst they're carrying on singing a song. As you do.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
But yeah, it was pretty much like that. But as they're going off, she's still singing, and it's like, all right, then you not just see a massive fight taking place with the King of Atlantis. Maybe she's trying to get a record deal from him.
Yeah.
Maybe
So-
she thinks he has contacts.
To get all the information now, they're on the island of the giant volcano,
Yeah.
and Arthur tricks his brother to eating a cockroach.
I thought that was quite funny. You have this conversation about, they have this whole conversation about food from the surface, and he's taking the piss out of Orm because he's never had a cheeseburger and a Guinness.
Yep.
We have another mention of Guinness there. And he's like, oh yeah, eat this. These are nice. I like the shrimp of the land. Cockroach.
He likes it though.
Mate, did you see how he ate it though?
Stuck in his gob and chewed.
Well, no, it was like CGI. Who obviously he didn't have a cockroach in his hand, but he was just like, I'll pretend to eat this now. I just thought, like, just give him an actual cockroach to eat.
Yeah, a rubber one or something.
Yeah.
Or cake.
Oh, cake.
They get a cake that looks like a cockroach. I mean, they can make TVs that look like a cake. Oh.
Give him, yeah.
Is it cake?
Or just give him a green cake.
Yeah.
Is it cake? Is this microphone cake?
No.
Now,
for some reason, the whole island is a little bit like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, as everyone on the island is now giant-sized. As they're running through, giant grasshoppers are chasing them. Orm is running. Oh my god, the way Orm runs with his arms. So he's running as if he's underwater with his arms behind his back, like.
The thing is, all right, on my second watch, I was having a look because I'm thinking, I'm sure he ran earlier when he was running towards the sea when the release. And if you watch, he runs like that as well.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. And when the whole army's coming and they run into the water, Arthur's like running into the water and he's running along with his arms behind
I didn't know
by
that.
his side. So I thought that was a good touch. But yeah, the whole island's gone to shit at it. And then, what did he get? Is it grasshoppers to get chased by?
Yeah, giant grasshoppers.
Yeah. But yeah, Orm's never run before. And then when he does start using his arms, he runs off. And Arthur's like, oh, hey, what the fuck? Wait, dude, Jesus.
Yeah, I quite like that bit.
Did you? I like the bit of banter as well before they come across the cockroaches and stuff like that when they're walking through the forest. And they're saying, he said something like, Orm's dad had, as soon as he found out that he had his brother, his dad trained him because he thought one day he's going to come and take over his throne.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, that's embarrassing because I basically beat you with no training or whatsoever.
Yeah, it does. It's quite good chemistry between them two, to be fair.
It was.
Yeah.
It
Quite
was.
good.
He's just proper taking the piss out of his little brother.
So they come to the end of a huge cliff,
Yeah.
and there's like a huge statue which
Yep.
they can use as a bridge.
And what does it say in Atlantean?
Oh, something. What's
True
about?
kings build bridges.
Yeah.
I like this bit because then Arthur like jumps into the statue.
His
Nothing
head.
happens with his head.
At first, like knocks
first.
himself out, doesn't he?
Yeah,
And the statue just falls over.
makes a bridge, and then this is where he finally passes on the message from his mum. So his mum, before he goes to break Orm out, says, "When
Yeah.
you see Orm, tell him that I love him and I think about him every day." And then as they're running across there, he goes, "Oh, by the way, Mum says that she loves you, she thinks about you every day." And he's like, "Why are you choosing now to tell me?" And he's like,
Click onto that.
"Yeah." And he's like, "I've been waiting for the perfect time, but it's not come up, so I thought I'd mention it." But I thought this was quite funny. So they get across to the other side, and they push the statue off so it falls down. But one of the grasshoppers makes one final leap towards them, and it's like, "Oh no!" And he just goes, "Ding!" Knocks it clean
I
out.
like that.
That was quite funny.
That's been overall the film's dog shit, but there's a couple of little moments.
Couple of funny scenes.
You know what I
in it.
mean, where they're trying to bring it back.
So they're at Manta HQ, and David's talking to himself in the mirror. Stephen sees him talking to himself
Why is he talking?
as a green fella.
Why is he talking?
What do you mean?
Give us a bit more insight of what's happening.
Oh. So he's talking in the mirror and he's seeing the green fella, basically Green Groot, the guy that's possessed him. Is it Korvax? We find out.
Yeah,
later
something
on.
like that.
So he's basically saying, "Oh, you've attacked Atlantis too soon." And David's arguing, saying, "No, I know what I'm doing. You need to leave me to it." But then the green guy disappears, and it turns out because Steven's watching them. So Steven's like, "Oh shit, what the fuck's going on here?" He's getting a bit nutty, isn't he? So then a bit later on, Steven then goes into David's room and picks up the trident.
So you were on about David, weren't you? I thought you were on about the doctor.
No, David, yeah. So
Yeah.
that was kind of, it was in between while they were going through the forest and
Yeah,
away from the grasshoppers. You see David, Stephen sees David talking to himself in the mirror, realizes he's possessed. So then Stephen then sneaks into David's room, sees the trident on the side, picks it up, and then he sees the vision about the ice melting, and I put the Green Goblin coming back. But he's basically Green Goot, isn't he? Groot. David catches him, and then he says, he tells him that he plans to burn everything to ash to get revenge for his dad. And that's when, we're talking before, good luck burning Atlantis to the ground, considering it's underwater. And then he pulls out his little knife, puts it under Stephen's chin, and goes, "I don't like to draw this blade unless it's going to take blood from someone. Don't make me draw it again." And it gives him a little shaving nick on his
So
on his
cheesy.
chin. It is cheesy.
We see it on a lot of films, don't we?
Oh, yeah. So we're back with Aquaman and Orm, Arthur and Orm. They're actually quite weird names when you say them together, Arthur and Orm.
Arthur and Orm.
Yeah.
Arthur and Orm. Sounds
Arthur
like
and
arm for an arm,
Arm for an arm. Oh.
doesn't it? Arm for an arm.
And
Eye
then,
for an eye. Arm for an arm. Or maybe not.
Did you notice as well that Arthur calls Orm Loki?
Yeah, you mentioned that about when we had like a little bit of a break just now.
Yeah.
Does it mention something about Harry Potter or some shit?
Yeah, he says he's going to be going back to Azkaban. The prison Harry Potter. So does that mean that the Marvel universe and Harry Potter universe exist in their universe as well?
I think Harry Potter's flying around on a broomstick, catching a Quidditch somewhere.
Maybe.
Yeah, the Golden Snitch or whatever you call it.
Well, at least the film series does anyway.
Yeah, it's a good point, that, mate. It's a good point, because for him to reference it, it's got to exist in their little realm.
And then he mentions to Orm that if he wasn't such an arsehole, he'd still be king.
Yep, because he didn't really want the power, did he?
No, he does. And he's like, so you're telling me you didn't want the throne that you took from me? And he's like, no.
You're just an arsehole about it. Don't be an arsehole. That's all you have to do.
And then they're sneaking in, and this is when they take out one of the guards, or they start taking out guards who have got them old fucking diving suits on, and manages to knock them out, even though they've got them helmets on, which is just random as hell.
They've got water, haven't they, inside the helmets?
See, I was wondering whether they were kind of Atlanteans that have kind of switched sides, maybe.
I thought that. But then, again, how does he meet them?
Well, yeah.
He's never been to the place.
No. Unless, I don't know, unless in the first one, Orm gave him some men, and they've kind of stuck with him. There are a fair few of them that have them suits on.
There's loads.
Yeah.
He's got a whole army. Like you say, where is he hiring them all from?
God knows.
It's really annoying anyway. So they have a little bit of a fight. They make their way to the main control room and stumble into Steven, who is making them save them from Mantis.
Yeah.
So he says, like, I want to be saved, take me with you, help me.
That was quite funny, because he comes in the room, doesn't he, with a gun, and he goes, put your hands up, you dickheads, and blah, 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 until the door closes. And then he goes, don't hurt me. I want you to take me with you. I'll tell you everything.
I'll tell you everything I know. Just don't hurt me. Just get me away from Mantis. He's crazy. He's gone crazy. Help me.
It's like a Bond layer, isn't it?
Yeah. It is actually like a Bond layer.
It is, in like a volcano, literally. But they mention as well, which is convenient, that he says, oh, they must have thermal heat shields to stop the Earth Dwellers satellites seeing them. I'm like, oh, right, have they? Must they? All right, that's convenient. Just throw that out there.
The doctor of all information.
He is.
That's what is the doctor in. Just giving everybody the information of what we need to know. So we go, wait a minute, how's the humans not picked it up?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all right. Steven's covered it for us.
Steven's going to tell us.
He's going to tell us. Huge explosion blows a hole in a wall, and that weird Chinese boss woman comes out, starts a laser fight with two Atlanteans. Orm has a fight with one of the huge squid robots, and it's quite a good fight, actually. But why is he struggling so much against one when his mum defeated 2 or 3 before with no problem?
Yeah, good shout. Yeah.
Because he's making that really hard work.
Because he does. Because, like, first of all, it somehow sneaks up on him. Because he stood there, and it kind of comes out of the water behind him. And I'm like, how are you not hearing this? And he kind of turns around like it's some kind of surprise. Right. But
Skynet.
Yeah.
No, the giant robot, it sneaks up onto the gas station and nobody hears it.
It is. Like
Iron Giant.
Terminator Salvation, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it must be. Unless his ears have been blown out from that explosion he was just in, maybe. That's a possibility.
True.
Possibility. But, like you say, he's getting absolutely demolished by this woman in this
Squid.
octo squid or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right. But then, when he's on the floor and she's about to finish him, somehow Arthur manages to grab one of the legs with one arm, grab another leg with the other arm. Yet Orm can't take this out. He's supposed to be just as powerful.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And somehow manages to kind of stop it from attacking Orm, even though he's about to just, like, throwing a full punch at someone. He grabs it. And it's like, all right then, so Orm can't...
He starts using a power cell to fight it, and Orm's like, don't use them. They're highly explosive. He turns and goes, what, these things? They blow up? Yes, so stop hitting him with it. It's like just carries on hitting it. It's like
he wants it to blow up. But then Aquaman somehow manages to knock the octopus thing out with a crane, which I thought was quite good.
Was it an anchor or something that's swinging it round?
So he grabs Orm grabs an anchor, spins it round, and it goes round the octopus's leg. And then there's like a big crane there, and Arthur, Aquaman, grabs like the crane end, runs off with it, so it pulls off and it turns the top of the crane round and basically knocks into the octopus thing and knocks it over. Yeah. So a little bit of teamwork there saves the day, kind of.
You can
Until
tell I didn't
Manta
pay attention.
arrives, goes, he's going to fight us without his power suit. Don't worry, I got this. Hold my beer. Walks over to him and gets clean knocked out right
I like
across
that.
the room.
I like that scene.
He just goes sliding along, doesn't he? And just like, oh. And then he end up, they both fight Manta, but then Orm ends up picking up Manta's trident and sees the vision of the Green Goblin, etc.
Yep.
And this is where he's having his he picks it up and he's kind of having a fit and he's like, oh.
You're dying to say something else, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. I'm dying. I really am. But I'm not going to. We're going to keep this cleanish. But then Orm gets blasted by Manta's eyes. Like, full on, like, takes a big hit from it.
I thought that killed him, to be fair.
I thought he killed him. It looked like he'd killed him.
Yeah, knocked him down, didn't it?
But then Dolph arrives with all his ships, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Dolph.
so he turns up back up with the Atlantis army.
Yeah.
Comes to save the day as Arthur and Mantis are still fighting. Mantis' suit starts to malfunction, but he manages to just escape in time for Arthur being hit by a sonar gun from the submarine.
And then a massive rock falls down onto Arthur, right? And he's being crushed by it, and he's like there, and I'm kind of looking at him like, oh God, I hope he doesn't drown. Underwater.
I was about to say, does he have gills that he needs to breathe? Can he...
I don't know. Maybe, you know, speaking of the boys, maybe he has gills in his chest. Like on the
He's got to have something, hasn't he?
Maybe Turd gives him a quick...
Because even on Waterworld, Kevin Costner has them behind his ear.
Oh, yeah, he does, yeah.
Is that why he's
Yeah.
got long hair, you reckon?
Maybe he has got gills because he's got them freaky eyes, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he gets saved by the Turd.
Yep. She
It's
drops a big log next to it.
Yeah.
Acts as a seesaw thing, not to lever it off.
Yeah. He really does. She really does, should I say.
Yeah.
So then they have a quick chat on the beach, don't they? They all regroup on the beach for some
Why?
reason.
Why?
Yeah.
Why did they all go up to the beach?
I don't know.
They're not meant to be able to breathe on land or something. Is it a bit of privacy? Just in case one of them's undercover?
CGI budget, maybe? I don't know.
But yeah, like you say, they're all on top of the bloody beach now, aren't they? Talking about
Yeah.
backstory and of the old times of the two brothers fighting each other.
Well, yeah, so Orm tells him that he's seen the Lost Kingdom, and they're all like, oh, the Lost Kingdom, and then Arthur's like, what is the Lost Kingdom? And it's like, well, I'm glad you asked, Arthur, because
Yes,
we're going to have
Arthur.
a flashback. Apparently, once upon a time, there was a seventh kingdom, and it was all destroyed, and the records were lost. So, there was one kingdom which was called the Black Kingdom. Bit racist. But anyway, and it was Atlas, who apparently started Atlantis. He was his own brother called Kordax. Now, he uses his power, he uses like magic to make this trident with all this green stuff, and then for some reason decides to turn all his people into monsters.
As you do.
And himself, for some reason.
As you do.
And these people are still following him, because he's crazy for some reason. Anyway, so they manage to defeat him, and then for some reason imprisons him with an ice spell using his own blood. This is Atlas. Basically freezes Kordax.
Yep.
Yeah. So he gets a little bit icy. Right?
Yep.
And then it turns out that Manta is being taken over by Kordax, which we knew anyway.
Yep.
But then they realise the only way to break the spell is to use royal blood.
Really?
And then they're like, well, Orm goes, well, there's only us lot here that have royal blood, so he needs one of us because, like, we're the end of the bloodline. Uh-oh.
Amber's like, shit, I left my baby at home.
Yeah. We left him with the lighthouse keeper, Tom. Shit. Better go and get him. And then they're all like, dun, 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 the baby.
Was he dead, Tom?
No.
Ah,
No.
would have made a better storyline.
Yeah, so we then go to the dad's house and he's watching telly again, but expo dump about global warming. And it says on there, millions of homes are without power, just as his power goes off. And he goes, make that 1,000,001.
Yeah.
So he
Coincidence.
goes, I need to go and get a flashlight talking to the baby. He leaves the baby on the couch in a blackout, as you do. Goes to try and find his flashlight. And then all of a sudden, red eyes in the dark behind him.
Yeah.
And it's Manta. But he stabs him and he says, I'm going to leave you alive so Arthur can watch you die. Nice of you.
It don't work out like that, does it?
So So anyway, they arrive, and the house is on fire. Amber Turd's just screaming, "Where's the baby? My baby!" And then for some reason...
Go on.
For some reason, right, Arthur's there dying, going, "Oh, I'm sorry, son. He took the baby. There's nothing I could do. You know, he's super strong and shit. He had them red eyes and whatnot." And then Arthur just goes, "Ugh," but for some reason they do it in slow motion. He goes, "Ugh," and I thought there was something going on with me telly at first. I'm like, it was like the frame rate had dropped.
No, he's had dodgy curry from the night before. I was like, oh, no.
Well, he is Arthur Curry, isn't he?
Yeah.
He only ever has half, though. Arthur Curry. Now we're back on the ship, and Stephen pops his head in again and sees Manta with the baby. And he's like, all right then, so now we're kidnapping babies.
That's a thing now, isn't it?
It is a thing now. So yeah, so they've got a baby. And he heads to the bridge and then opens his laptop. So this massive bridge with loads of people everywhere, right? He's there on his laptop and he's like, "I need to send a signal to the Aquaman and the Atlanteans and so on." So he goes, looks around, makes sure no one's watching, even though it says massive on his screen in massive font, "Location coordinates sent," or something like that in massive screen. He looks around and goes, "Send." And it's like, it's a good job that just no one just kind of walked past it, just kind of just looked at his screen and gone, "Yeah, dude, who are you sending coordinates to there? What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Lucky you got away with it.
Yeah, wait. Has he got him on a pager or something? Or a beeper?
I don't know. But they somehow managed to pick up the signal. But he does it in front of everyone. Then anyway, Atlanta, back with Aquaman and that, Atlanta gets the lads together and goes, "Lads, you know, I'm glad you two are together.
Ah.
I love you and that, you know."
I was just thinking just then.
And he's like, "Oh, don't screw your brother over." Oh,
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. And with the doctors sending the signals.
Yeah.
So it's like, where does Aquaman get his news from? He streams it on CNN.
CNN.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that joke.
Ba-dum-bum. But we have this touching family moment, don't we, with Atlanta and Orm and Arthur. And we're all like, and she's like, "Oh, don't betray your brother. Arthur, treat your little brother with some respect. Love you all." But it's got that proper cheesy kind of family moment music. Like,
It always has, doesn't it?
But
Always
then,
has.
This is where Nicole Kidman looks like she's just been stung by a bee. Because like, they go off to war or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, my boys," and she looks damp as fuck. And her face is just like, "My boys."
She looks like a bloater from The Walking Dead.
She fucking does. She does. And then the dad's there being repaired by the Atlantean technology and all stuff like that. So she then decides now would be a good time to start hugging him and dry humping his corpse.
Pretty much.
She knows, she cuddles up next to him. It's like he's got this scanner thing that's obviously, it's like shining light on him. So he's obviously doing some kind of repairs and he's got like an oxygen mask on. Right? And why the Atlanteans would need an oxygen mask anyway? When,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Anyway,
Try and kill him.
yeah, so then she kind of cuddles up next to him and blocks whatever the hell this light thing is doing because she gets right in the way of it. So, yeah. And she just starts cuddling up to him. He's probably like, "Get off me."
I'm not going to lie, mate. I don't remember any of that.
You know?
No. When you're talking about a scene, I'm like, what?
Oh.
I don't remember any of that. I've not even put it in my notes or anything.
So this is kind of like where the house and everything is on fire. Not long after, so he kind of cuts back and forth.
Yeah, the dad. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, the dad. So it's the dad who's
Thomas.
Thomas has been. Yeah, he's been healed.
You're telling me that. I'm thinking, did this happen?
Yeah, it happened.
Literally, you could say anything right now, mate, because that's how memorable that film is.
Damn it.
You couldn't like Elmo came along, Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie were there in the background arguing.
You had the trash monster.
Oscar the Grouch just. And then that Big Bird, or whatever it's called, comes along.
I think I would have not believed you if you said Big Bird. But
we'd believe Elmo and Oscar the Grouch.
yeah.
Hi. Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi, Aquaman. Do you want to go over there and tickle me?
That's a good impression.
It's not bad. name's Elmo.
Oh, fucking hell, Elmo's in the room. Oh, Jesus. I just realised we still got that background on, haven't we?
We have, yeah, come on.
It would fit right in there, Elmo, wouldn't it?
He wouldn't have.
He would.
Hey, Arthur.
Hey,
Come and tickle.
I want to be tickled.
Let's get back to it.
So anyway, they're discussing the plan of attack, and the big crab is moaning that the ship's too slow that they're on.
Yeah.
Do you remember that bit?
Yeah.
And then they need to come up with some kind of defense against the sonar cannon.
Yeah, I wonder how they can do this.
They're going to try and disrupt it somehow.
Counter it with its own thing.
Yeah.
Now, I originally thought, because this bit, Aquaman turns up in front of it, doesn't he? With his little trident. And starts...
Well, that's in a little bit.
Is it?
Yeah. So
starts using his trident for his sonar.
No, he mentions that they need some kind of plan to kind of do it, but that's in a little bit when he actually does it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the one thing I was going to say was, so they're talking about they need to disrupt the cannon somehow, and Arthur's like, I might have an idea about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then they're getting ready for battle, and so Dolph's there, king of all his men or whatever. For some reason, he has to hand out every weapon to his men.
Yeah, that's... What is that about?
I don't know. So there's like this like conveyor belt of weapons coming along, and like all his men are there, and he goes
single file walking at him as if to like
get on
lunch.
your steed, like giving them guns, and then Orm comes to the front of the queue and he goes, no, and gives him an axe instead, and then swims off.
Because they don't trust him, does he, with a gun?
No, but the thing is like he gives him the axe and swims off, and it's like Orm could just literally just go, just take this one then anyway.
Yeah, he just leaves him next to it.
Yeah,
it's all right. He's trustworthy. He won't just grab it when I'm not looking.
Yeah,
or throw the axe at him.
Exactly. Well, I was just thinking, why is Dolph the king? I tell you what, the royal family get involved in this, don't they?
A little bit too much.
A little bit too much.
A little bit too much.
A little bit yeah. And then, like I say, why is he just there, just handing out guns? Is he the only one with the key to the locker?
He
like
don't trust anyone
or something.
He's got trust issues, hasn't he?
He really
I mean,
does.
If they got an ambush or a stealth attack onto their place, they're screwed. They're like, hey, we haven't got anything. Sorry, if it's in the armory, only the king can hand them out. Sorry.
Yeah, the king didn't give us any guns. Yeah,
we're not allowed that.
Jesus.
Well, that's an axe, though.
So then we arrive at Antarctica, and the big sub arrives, and they're looking at it, and they're like, oh, well, it's a shame, that the Atlanteans came and shut down our power plant because the Earth's just not warm enough quite yet. But if we fire a well-placed missile at it, it'll finally do the trick. And I'm thinking, right, so at this point, I'm thinking, so your plan all along has been to warm the planet up just so you can melt the ice around this Korvax dude. Have you never heard of a hairdryer?
Were they... Was that? Do you reckon that was on purpose then, wasn't it? The global warming thing, using the old power cells and technology. They were doing that on purpose, weren't they?
To warm the planet up so they could melt the ice to let his people and his army and all that come out. Right. When they could have just done it with a load of industrial heaters and just gone in there and just melted the ice.
Or use their money and equipment and resources to build a giant magnifying glass.
Yeah.
So then the sun just melts it.
Yeah, and the sun can melt it, yeah.
A lot easier.
Yeah. Than basically warming the whole Earth up just for that.
Or start destroying it with missiles. Just blow it up. Just keep doing that.
Bit of dynamite.
Yeah.
It'd probably been easier to steal a nuclear weapon and blow it up.
Yeah. Yeah. And radiation will warm it up as well.
Well, at this point, yeah. And then he's like, grab the child and suit up. So Stephen goes and grabs the kid, and then they're all swimming along in these octotub sub thingy.
Oh, the stupid things.
Now even Stephen's in one, and he's got the baby next to him, and they blow up the ice sheet. And then this is when we see what Arthur's plan was to disrupt.
Right, so this is a bit now, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, so this little section here, I generally thought that he was using his trident to magnify his sonar so it's powerful enough to disrupt the ship.
Yes.
No. Instead, I don't know where he got them from or how far in advance he told them to turn up. But somehow there's like 500 whales just appeared out of nowhere.
Yep.
Is that every single planet? Well, whale on the planet? Because I know they're not really.
There's not many of them
flourishing.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of whales out there, as they keep telling us anyway.
The thing is, as well, like you say, how long in advance did he plan this? Because they got there fairly fast. If you know,
luckily they're on a migration or something, because it could have been in South America or bloody
it could have been
wherever, Australia.
Yeah, literally anywhere on the globe they could have been, but no, Arthur calls them along.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
they'll join forces.
They do,
magnifying their sonar.
Yeah, and then I think the woman at the helm, the Chinese woman, whoever she is, the Asian lady, she sums it up pretty well at this point, because I was on the same page as her. Because you know what she says? She says, "You've got to be kidding me," and I'm like, "Yeah, I feel the same, love. You've got to be kidding me," because it's like, oh, well, we're reaching the end. We're like an hour and a half in. And it's like, we only really want David and Stephen and maybe a few little henchmen left. We don't need this big sub anymore. So how are we going to get rid of it? Tell you what, we'll get a load of whales together. They'll fire their sonar. For some reason, disrupt their sonar weapon. And then the whole sub blows up.
Right.
So that's that giant sub taken care of.
It kind of looked like, instead of a huge explosion, it was a kind of like power switching off and it just sunk down, didn't it?
Yeah.
Right. It's lucky it didn't explode straight away like there, because the size of it and the power cells they're using are like nuclear power cells. If that blew up like a nuke, that would have killed out the whole population of whales.
The whale population.
They were swimming next to it.
Yeah.
They were literally 2 feet away from it when it sank.
That's a good shout, because if I remember right, I think you kind of zoom out and you see the sub, and I think it's just the bridge that blows up a little bit. You see like flames on the bridge, because that's where, for some reason, the sonic weapon is kept on the bridge behind the pilot seat, which is a stupid... You got that whole massive sub there, and you put the weapon there. Right, so that blows up. But like you say, like we were mentioning before, you see the flames and stuff going on the bridge, and it just... like it's a plane falling out the sky, like a blimp falling from the sky or something.
Just goes down dead slow.
Yeah.
Like I say, I just imagine myself that just blowing up, and it cut back to Arthur, his face just covered in blood. It's like, oh shit, that didn't quite go to plan. Or the whales are just dead.
All the whales have just been vaporized.
Yeah. He's there like,
well.
Blood. It's like, I need to go to land now and just let them know we got no more sperm whales.
Dead. No more whales, people. No more killer whales, because there was a couple of orcas there as well.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. The thing is as well, right, going back to like earlier when we were talking about like the sharks and stuff, and there's like different versions. So the sharks with legs. You think there's some whale population out there that have legs and walk around and talk?
They've got to be.
Like the blue whale, like literally the biggest animal on Earth, and he's
there's got to be.
He's just wearing trousers. I'd hate to make the trousers for that.
I can imagine it with a tiny little body and a huge torso. It's literally just like 3 foot or something. His little legs
and
walking around.
Little baby legs, little blue jeans. Oh, that'd be ace. But how the hell did all them whales blow up that sub?
I don't know, but I find it even harder that they managed to get the orcas to cooperate, because they're the dickheads of the ocean.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. Like with the seals, they just kill them, battering them around and out for the sake of it.
Yeah, just messing about.
Like, have a game of catch.
Wasn't they for a while, weren't they going around like capsizing boats and stuff just for a laugh, just not harming anyone? But that was Aquaman.
He was.
No, but in like real life.
Yeah.
Bloody.
That happened.
Yeah.
Everybody's starting to get a bit scared, weren't they? They're coming after the people.
Yeah, thinking that they're finally attacking us for all the wrong we've done to them over the years.
Oh, can't really blame them. Let's be honest with you,
Turns out
mate.
they were just being dickheads. But now we're at Necrus, the Lost Kingdom.
Yes.
So, right.
So now these evil monsters that get released from a few thousand years ago.
How are they even still alive?
I mean, have they just been frozen there, like looking around and shit, but not being able to move?
Maybe.
Staying alive, don't need to eat or drink or poop or anything.
They've just been frozen in their own shit for years,
Pretty
thousands of years. The thing is, right, they look like cross between a ghoul from Fallout and one of the things, not the White Walkers, but the things that they make.
Yeah, like the undead type thing,
basically,
aren't they?
Yeah, they're like the undead, yeah, is what I'm trying to say. But there's millions of them.
Loads
of them.
And like you say, they'll all just go, we're back here now. Our king's dead.
Yeah.
So why are they fighting?
I don't know.
They'd be like, if it was me, I'd be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm off.
Crack
Yeah.
on, guys.
See
See you
you
in
in
a
a
bit.
Take
Don't
it
have
easy.
that dickhead telling me what to do. I could go live my own life now.
Well, yeah, write to me. Let me know how you get on. If you want to go and attack them lot. The thing is, though, that they all arrive, all like the Aquaman, the Crabman, or
The good crew.
so on. Yeah, the good crew. They all arrive and they're like, we can't see anything. Let's set off a load of flares. So they all set up a load of flares, and it's like, all right, you just want to give your position away to everyone. All right, then.
Straight away.
And even Nicole Kidman's character, she comes along and goes, I can sense something in the water. What, like everything? Literally, like all the sea life. All right,
That's
then.
a good point.
Good shout.
She might be able to sense the evil or the darkness.
Thanks for your contribution. And then they make a joke. They go, keep your eyes open. And the crab goes, well, that's fine, because I can't close my eyes. All right, then.
That's quite like that guy.
He did, mate. I didn't. He kept going on about he's losing his claw.
He came back.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
took a year to grow back. So they leave the crab guy to take out all the monsters because he's like, we can handle this. And they all get off. And there's only like 3 of them there. They're like, you sure you can handle this?
Are they underwater at this point?
At that point, they are. But then I think they climb out of the water.
Because you see him try and climb up the side of like a mountain or a cliff.
Yeah.
So I have to put myself like, why didn't they swim? Are they in water or are they not in water? You can't tell the difference.
Well, I think they're in the water at that point when they start being attacked. And then I think when they're climbing up the side, I think this is where Dolph's character gets grabbed by that squid thing.
Yeah.
And suddenly he becomes like the most helpless person in the world. He's like, help me. Gives him a cheeky little smile. And you think, he's still bad. And all of a sudden he comes back and redeems himself.
Yep.
Helps
Cuts the
Dolph,
arm with the axe.
Cuts the arm. And then all of a sudden everything is forgiven.
Saved his life.
So I think they're out of the water at that point. No, he saved his life, but Jesus. I mean,
what did he do in the first place to, like...
piss him off?
Yeah.
Something to do in the first film, I can't remember.
I can't remember him doing anything to him. I thought he had with Arthur.
No. I think he chose Arthur's side, I don't know. But anyway, so in between this, while they're all being saved and stuff, Manta arrives at the throne room.
Yep.
With Stephen and the baby. Right. The thing is, right, Kovacs, or whatever his name is, the bad guy, the guy that looks like Groot on crack,
Yep.
is still frozen.
Yep.
Right? So is all this warming not affecting him because he's frozen by the spell? But wouldn't the rest of it all be under the same spell? So surely they would need the king's blood to unlock all of them that are now running around killing everyone.
In theory, yeah. I think you're right there.
Yeah. So I didn't quite get why this army of the dead or whatever it is are now out and about killing the crab people and what.
You have got a very good point.
Yeah.
But Stephen managed to do a switcheroonie with the baby.
Gives him a bomb.
Bag of bombs.
Yeah.
Where did he get the bombs from?
I don't know. Because at first when he goes, bring me the baby, and he brings him over and he's got like a sling bag on, and he just takes the sling bag off his back and chucks him. And I'm thinking, the baby's not in there, surely. You just put him in a backpack. And he opens it up and, like you say, there's a bomb. But he catches on and chucks it and manages to survive. The other thing as well, do you know, I forgot to mention, do you know when he saves Dolph's life? He gets to the top and like, Dolph is like, cheers, mate, you saved me life. And then one of his men stood there and he takes the gun off him and gives it to Orm. And I'm thinking,
like, what am I going to do?
Oh, yeah. All I was thinking was, Orm's like super powerful and stuff. You know, he didn't really need a gun. Why are you taking it off him? It's like,
That's good point.
Yeah, it's like, what's he going to do now?
Robbing off the weak to make him weaker.
It's like, but sir, I'm going to need that. Shut up, you. But sir, no, it's ceremonial. But, afterwards, like that, he's like, can I have that gun back, please, mate?
You just see R.I.P.
Yeah.
Dave was a good fella. He's now dead.
Poor Dave.
He couldn't defend himself.
He couldn't. He just hid behind everyone else. So then, and then in between this, so like he put the bomb. He switched the baby with the bomb.
Yep.
And then he goes back to get the baby. And as he's running off with the baby in tow,
Gets tasered, doesn't he?
Manta tasers him.
Where did he get a fucking taser from?
I don't know. That's what I put. Why does he have a freaking taser? And like, surely, I know he's pretty much going to kill the baby.
Yeah.
Well, that's his plan. And it's like, but don't taser the baby as well. What if he had fell forward onto the baby and splat?
Yeah,
I suppose he only needs the blood, doesn't he? He don't need it to be alive.
True.
Surely it would have been easy, though, to just, while the baby's there, just get a needle, take a vial of blood, and then just leave the baby on the boat.
Pinprick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all he needed.
Like you say, when your baby, when they're like a couple months old, as you know, you take them to the doctors and they stab them in the foot, don't they, to get like a drop of blood so they can do like tests or whatever. Why don't do that?
Well, exactly. All you need
is it a heel prick or some shit?
Heel prick test, yeah.
So do a heel prick on the baby, and there you go, you're done.
Or like very least, just take a little vial.
Guess what? He could have done that in the lighthouse. He didn't have to bother anybody, and he just carry on with his day.
Yeah,
instead of babysitting a baby, you got to feed it, you got to change its nappy, you got to do everything else for it.
Well, he didn't think it through, did he?
It didn't.
And plus, likelihood is Aquaman and that probably wouldn't have come after him the way he did if they hadn't nicked the baby. If he'd just gone to Tom's house and gone, he came in and what did he take? He didn't take the baby. He just took a little vial of its blood. He just did a heel prick test, and then fucked off. And he's like, "Oh, all right then. Well,
that's a bit odd.
I guess we'll leave him to it then." It's like,
just imagine that happen.
I know. It'd be like, "Is anyone hurt?" No.
Everyone's all right.
He cried for about 5 minutes. But...
He was remarkably polite, though, Mantis, when he came on. He knocked on the door. We had sat down, had a cup of coffee, chilled out for a little bit, done in a heel prick, and off he went.
We had a Guinness together.
Yeah, we had a Guinness.
We bonded over the Guinness. He's actually all right, our David, if you get to know him. He's a bit pissed off with you for leaving his dad for dead.
Yeah, it's a bit of a grudge.
Yeah, he's got
a
little bit of a grudge, but, once you get to know him, he's not bad.
What did you make of the fight? I thought it was all right.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, so this is where... So, Manta gets the baby.
Yeah.
About to kill him. And then the baby sends out his little sonar thing to Aquaman. In the meantime, they've closed off the portcullis to stop the rest of the monsters coming through. Yeah. So that's taking care of them. And then Aquaman comes in, throws his trident just as... Manta's about to stab the baby, and he goes, "Get away from my baby, you bitch!" Or something along them lines.
He's done his wife, now his baby.
Yeah. Then they start fighting. Stephen throws Aquaman his trident. And then, I just put literally, did they have a fight and Aquaman gets his ass kicked a little bit?
It does a little bit, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a little more powerful now, isn't he?
Yeah, and then he's about to be killed and is saved by the Turd.
Oh, yeah, Amber.
Yeah.
That's like, what?
So the Turd comes along and then...
Amber Turd saves him.
And then I did like this bit. So Turd grabs the baby and runs off. And then Manta throws the trident at him.
Oh, Orm catches it, doesn't it?
And it just kind of stops midair and you're like, hold on, what's going on? But then the camera pans round and Orm's got hold of it. Just manages to stop and and then it starts taking over him and he goes...
Starts going
Run away, or something like that. And she does one with the baby. But yeah, this is when he starts having another one of his little fits. Yeah.
So he starts coming over the spell, and David's actually lost the powers now, hasn't it? It's been transferred over to Orm instead.
Yeah, so the thing with this, right, is... So, Kovacs, whoever his name is, gets a bit of a hard-on over the fact that he manages to, rather than possessing David with his green eyes, he transfers over, like you say. My question is, why didn't he do that before when Orm picked up the trident previously?
Plotline.
And had his little fit. Why didn't he say, I can take over this guy. He's an Atlantean. He's much stronger than this weak surface dweller. Why didn't he just overtake him?
I think he's got a feel for him.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because now he takes over and you see the green go from David's eyes, Manta's eyes, and it goes into Orm. And then I thought that was quite good because then David gets up and goes to smack Aquaman. But obviously he's just back to normal strength now.
Yep.
Aquaman stops him and then just kind of throws him. And then it's kind of brother versus brother.
Yep.
So...
Good little fight, I thought.
It was all right. So he's going towards him and he's kind of like pushing against... Arthur's trying to stop him getting to the altar thing.
Yep.
And he's pushing against him. and he Kovacs is saying, "Oh, this Atlantean's much stronger than this other dude, you know, much better." And then they're both holding on to the trident.
That's it. Trying to share the power, aren't they now?
Yeah, and then I put the Kovacs, whatever his name is, he's just spinning around and trying to stir the pot, basically saying to Orm, "Oh, he took your throne, he took your missus, he screwed you," and then it goes round to Arthur's side, and he's like, "Oh, he licked your mum that time," or something. I don't know what he says.
I don't think it was that.
But basically, he's just spinning round and he's just stirring the pot. He's just shit stirring between them both, and
Yep, trying to get them to kill each other.
Yeah. Just like, "Oh, your brother called you a dickhead that time. Oh, can you believe he called you a dickhead?" You know?
Aquaman manages just to get the upper edge on it, doesn't he? Throw the trident towards the evil dude who's still frozen, but he catches it in midair just before it hits him. But then Arthur does a Robin Hood, throws his own trident, and it splits down the middle of the other one.
Oh,
right into his face.
Right into his face. He dies fairly easy, to be fair.
Really easy.
Considering all this build-up, warming up the planet and everything, possessing people, he's stronger when he was possessing people.
Yeah. That's quite weak, really.
The daft thing is, as well, is he comes out of the ice like melts. Orm gets Arthur on the altar, spills the blood, the ice melts. But the thing is, right, he wakes up and he stands up and he just starts talking to himself, going, "After all these years, I am finally able to stand up and stretch. Jesus, me back's been killing me. It throws me in a really weird position. I've had cramp for 1,000 years." And I'm just like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to, mate? Jesus, you're worse than Stephen. It's like, just shut up, stretch, and then get into the battle. But no, he dies like a little bitch.
Straight away.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Say, I was half expecting like some big boss battle at the end.
I was.
Do you know what I mean?
I was.
And it's like, no, that didn't happen.
And all it was my trident's better than your trident. And it goes, like you say, you Robin Hoods the shit out of it, goes straight through the trident, stabs into him. And it's like, all right then.
Because good conquers evil.
It does every time, mate. Every
time.
And then the whole place starts falling apart now because the magic is worn off, apparently, allegedly.
Cliche.
Yeah, so gaps start opening the floor. Manta falls through the gap. Arthur says, "You know what? This time I will save you." And Manta goes, "Nah." And I'm like, dude, just take the hand. You'd rather die than just let Arthur just let you out. But
He's
anyway,
hoping to find the trident again down there.
Yeah, maybe.
That's Aquaman 3, guys, for you.
That's it, because apparently Aquaman has no other enemies other than Manta.
You probably can't remember it, can you? But how did Manta survive on Aquaman 1? Losing submarine.
I don't know. I didn't think he did. I don't know.
No, because his dad got killed by him.
Yeah, that was like right at the beginning when that's what sets everything off.
Yeah.
I honestly cannot remember.
So I swear Aquaman left him there, didn't he?
Because I know the whole thing that kicks off is because I think they're going around robbing submarines, Russian submarines or something like that. As you do. Yeah. And then Aquaman comes aboard and stabs the dad up against the wall. And he's like, help me, my dad. And he's like, nah, does one. Aquaman does one. And then his dad's like, you need to stay alive to kill that son of a bitch. And he's like, okay, papa.
And then survives.
And survives. But then he becomes Black Manta with the help of Orm. Well, I can remember, but I honestly, God, can't remember what happens at the end of Aquaman.
I can't remember half of this.
Well, that's what I mean. I can't. It's
literally less than a week last time I've seen it.
Like I said, I watched it this morning and I can't really remember.
If they didn't have my notes, I'd be screwed. Yeah. Honestly. I'm reading through it, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's what happens next. Yeah, that happens now. So now, then, Dolph somehow is in a giant tech squid.
So he's somehow got hold of one of these. And the Turd is running off with a baby, followed by Stephen for some reason. Yep. And then Dolph picks them up and gets them out of there. But do they even know who Stephen is or that he's on the right side?
No.
At this point.
But then at the same time, I can't remember, right? So you might have to fill me in on this. Was Stephen wearing any scuba gear or anything?
No.
I didn't think he was. No. So technically, Amber, right, she can survive in the water.
Yep.
Stephen can't. His lungs are go pop.
Yep.
And he's going to drown before he gets to the top.
And frozen, considering the Antarctica.
Yeah, and that as well.
Yeah. That's the thing, because like in a minute, so they all escape, and Aquaman's very manly, I must add. Seahorse comes along and saves him and Orm, right? But then they all now decide to have a meeting on a piece of ice, and I'm like, surely they're all wet. They've come out of the water. They're in the Antarctic. Surely they must be freaking cold.
Surely there'll be a little bit of a cold breath coming from them.
You would think so.
You would thought so.
You really would. You really would. And they've even got a baby there, just wrapped in a tiny little blanket in the middle of the Antarctic, and no one's worried that he's going to get a bit of a chill.
And it's wet.
And it's wet.
As she said.
Yeah, they're all wet. And then Stephen gets a little bit of a turd on his cheek because she kisses him for some reason, and he jizzes in his pants.
He does.
He's like, ooh. And it's like, yeah, you don't get involved with her, Jesus, really.
And Arthur now tells Orm that he can escape instead of sending him back to jail.
Yeah, because he basically says, oh, it's a shame you were killed in the ice down there, like, wasn't it?
Yeah. Here's one for you.
Go on.
So, Orm saved one of the kings.
Yep.
He is the king himself.
Yep.
Right? The crustacean guy was helping along Orm.
Yeah.
Why don't they give him a pardon?
I think what it is, I think the people that had imprisoned him in the first place, they have some kind of grudge. I think, if I remember right, I think when we were reading before, I think he killed their king. So he kind of really needs to go back to prison with them.
Yeah, but then he's kind of saved the world at the same time.
Yeah.
So he should be able to get a pardon for it. And if he stays out of their territory.
Yeah, I don't think... I get the impression it's kind of not up to them as such. But you'd think, as the king of everywhere, of the 6 kingdoms, that, yeah, he would have a bit of sway to say, nah, I'm not sending my brother back.
However, we'll leave him out your territory.
Yeah.
If he goes your territory again, then fair enough, he's yours.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's off bounds.
Yeah. He's earned his pardon.
As far as we're concerned. 2 out of the 6 anyway helping.
Yeah.
7, whatever. How many there is?
Yeah, but then we have a little bit of a touching moment because Orm finally calls him brother, and then starts basically sucking Arthur's dick, telling him that he's actually a good ruler.
Yep.
And that, you know, he's not afraid to ask for help even from his enemies.
Yep.
And that he thinks he's going to do a bang-up job, and pats him on the back, and then they all say, well, it's just a shame you died down there, wasn't it? Why don't you crack on, lad, and keep your nose clean and shit? And it's like, oh, all right then, well, we're going with that. The crab guy comes up and goes, oh, my arm's been cut off again. Oh, yeah, slow clap for that one. And then it cuts forward a bit.
This is frigging stupid.
Oh, it is stupid.
Right, so the next bit is Arthur now doing a speech in New York.
Yep.
He's been given the key of New York by joining the 2 worlds together.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then... Why is no one freaking out that aliens exist on the planet?
Well, there is that.
And then he just goes, hey, bitches, and just throws a microphone.
Yeah, so professional. I mean...
That's for, what a wanker.
That's it, because he goes up and he goes, it's like you get the news expo again, and it's like, oh, it's been secret talks with the UN for a couple of weeks, and they're going to reveal themselves, and it's the Atlanteans, he's going to talk on Ellis Island, or some bollocks, and it's like he's going to reveal himself to the world. So they all come. He gives his speech, and he's like, you know, our people need to combine. We need to tackle the problems of the world together, and we'll help you out. And then he goes, I'm Aquaman, bitches. Drops the mic and walks off. And I think he even goes, woo!
Yeah, at the end.
And it's like, okay.
I kind of think with that was not scripted to be like that. It's kind of a Jason
Mamoa type shenanigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that.
It's got him written all over it.
Yeah. But then we cut
That's
to
his
Orm.
writing credit.
Huh?
That's his writing credit.
That must be it. That woo at the end. But then we cut to Orm, and Orm's finally getting his cheeseburger that Aquaman spent 10 hours talking about.
Yep.
And then we cut to the credits, and then just after the credits, we see Orm again with his cheeseburger, and he sees a cockroach walking across his table. He picks the cockroach up, puts it on his burger, eats the burger, smiles, and that's the end of the film.
Now,
yep.
Do you want to tell everybody what you told me before about that scene?
So, technically, I think because this is possibly the last film in the DCU extended universe, the DC Extended Universe. So I think it means that technically Orm sat there eating a cheeseburger with a cockroach on is literally the last scene of the DC Extended Universe.
Yeah. Great way to go out, guys.
Yeah, about sums up the franchise, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, it's still better than the Marvels.
Yes. The film, The Marvels, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say it's still better than The Marvels.
Yeah.
Well, no, that is the end of the talk through the film.
Right.
Oh, we made
The
it,
crowd
mate. We
love
made it.
Crowd love it.
And I've completely forgot everything we just spoke about.
Pretty much. Same here, mate.
Oh.
Clip quiz result.
Yeah, go on, clip quiz.
Play well with others.
You don't have to watch who you love most die.
You're looking at who I love most. You thought you could use my own move against me?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Zeke, Amir, Kevin's dad. Who could it be?
Who could it be?
Who could it be? That was Jason Momoa in Fast X.
It was.
Yes.
You already knew that because I was sorting it out when you were here.
And because we've literally watched the film several times and we've reviewed it on a previous podcast. Check it out, guys.
It's a 3-hour podcast that Eric spent 2 weeks editing.
Yes.
That's how he knows.
Yeah. And I love that line where she says, yeah, you're looking at the person I care most about.
Yeah.
It hits home, that.
It's home.
But no, if you got that right, congrats, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Let us know if you got that right, and you can contact us on sixandbelowpodcast@gmail.com.
Right. Now, it's that part of the day, guys, where we give out our own awards.
Yes.
Now, if you want to play along, let us know down below in the comments. We will read them out for you. Or if you want in advance films, what are coming up, if you look on the community section of the YouTube page, I put up on there as well for the ones what are coming up. So if you drop on there, you can say, who is your favourite actor, your worst actor, best character, worst character, Hot Babe Award, 3 things you liked about the film, and your personal rating out of 10, and whereabouts you'd place it on our Wall of Fame.
Yes.
Or alternatively, you could drop us an email.
sixandbelowpodcast@gmail.com.
That is right. First award.
Yep.
The King Kong Award.
Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go on, walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Now, the reason why I'm holding Thor's hammer
Yeah.
is because Marvel is better than DC.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think you were worthy to hold that.
Oh, I am.
Turns out he is.
Yeah, I am. Definitely am. Best actor.
Best actor. I've gone Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson.
Yes.
Patrick Stewart.
Not Patrick
Oh
Stewart.
shit, he's fucking baldhead in Star Trek.
He's Captain Picard. And Professor X.
I've got to say,
Is that what you've got, Patrick Stewart?
Patrick Stewart.
Well done, Patrick Stewart. You weren't in the film, but you're the best actor.
He should use his telekinesis powers.
Oh, Jesus. So you've
what?
gone for Patrick Wilson as well?
But at the time, I was watching the X-Men, so that's why I thought.
Oh, Jesus.
This is
Did
Patrick
you ever
Stewart.
get through all them films, by the way? I know
Not
you're
to-
watching all the X-Men.
Dark Phoenix.
Have you not watched that yet?
No, I've not got back to it yet.
Jesus Christ.
Literally, I watch 1 or 2 every single week, and I've just gone, meh.
I know I was going to say you're on a good roll, and I think you've been saying Dark Phoenix now for like the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson on. Go
Your
on.
award is coming through the post.
Yes.
Long
So-
as you don't go to the wrong house.
Patrick Stewart, if you get the
Yeah.
award through the post, please send it back.
Please. Worst actor.
You need to do
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Steven
Sorry.
Seagal.
Sorry, it's a long day and I'm full of a cold at the moment.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
The Golden Seagull Award.
Golden Seagull, as you can see here on our video. If you've not seen it before, check it out. Go check it out.
It's a seagull with his balls in a gold cup.
Pretty much.
So
Well,
it's a Golden Steven Seagull Award.
That's it.
I've gone
Yes.
for Nicole Kidman.
Oh, not a bad shout. Not a bad shout.
Go on.
I've gone for Dolph
Have you?
Yeah,
I thought Dolph was just an easy picking, to be honest, because he's shitting everything. He can't act enough, and
that's true.
he really can't. He's got the range of a turd.
Literally.
He has.
Do we change the award?
To what? The Dolph Award.
The Dolph Turd Award.
The Dolph Turd. Just get a giant turd. A turd and a trophy.
Oh my god, I can use Mr. Hanker.
Mr. Hanky. Howdy ho, Dolph. Come on, children.
We change it?
We could do.
Would do. No,
Have you
Steven
got-
Seagal's awful.
Oh, yeah, nothing could beat the Seagal, man.
No. We've got a Seagal film coming up soon as well.
Mm.
I'll let you know after we've done the awards and everything at the end, the upcoming for next 4 films or 3 films.
Yeah. Best character?
I've gone for the giant lobster.
Have you?
Yeah.
As the best character.
Yeah. He had a little bit of a comic relief.
I've gone Aquaman.
I mean, there's no wrong.
Oh, here we go.
Nothing
Here we
wrong
go.
there.
There's no wrong answers unless
Going
your
for the
name's
obvious
Erik.
ones.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably got Aquaman as the Hot Babe Award, haven't you?
Well, I don't want to give anything away.
By the way, the Hot Babe, it can mean male or female, so don't be saying we are sexist.
It's probably going to be female, though.
Okay, probably will be, yes.
Worst character?
The Chinese boss lady.
Oh, have you? Oh, I've gone for Mr. Expo Dump himself, Stephen's shin.
He was tempted.
He was
Annoying.
He was literally, the only reason he was in the film was to kind of explain what was going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, we didn't need it.
No.
No,
No.
we really
we
didn't.
Hot Babe Award.
It's got to be the Turd.
Got to be the Turd, hasn't it?
Amber Turd.
Yeah. She's batshit crazy, but she's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, they say don't dip your dick in crazy, but I probably wouldn't, to be fair.
It should be knocking on your door, and then you've got a restraining order within 10 minutes.
Exactly, and a turd in your bed.
Yes. It's like, fucking hell, what's going on here?
Amber's been round.
Yeah. It's like the mafia, isn't it? Instead of being a horse head in your bed, it's got a giant log in there. Like, oh my God, I'm in trouble.
Just waking up next to a steaming pile.
Oh,
Oh,
3 things
geez.
you liked.
You go first, because I struggled with this, to be honest.
Okay, I like
I've literally only put one.
the tech suits for the squids.
Right.
They're the big robot ones. I thought they were quite
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
When he gets punched, the grasshopper.
That's the one I've got.
And then when Orm gets knocked out with a punch.
Oh, I like that as well, yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What was that?
I'll take the punch.
Yeah.
I've already got when he punches the cricket, as you can see there.
Yep.
And then I haven't got a third one.
You got to have a third. You got to.
CGI wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was quite good, to be fair, at times.
There was a few times during the scenes in Atlantis when they're having the fight when I was a bit like, whoa, it's a bit overkill. It was like,
When
what
they're underneath the
hell's going
water.
on? Yeah.
When they're in the water, it's weird. The hair's just like blurring all over the place.
Everything's blurry is right. Everything's just a bit blur. I know they do it to add to the water effect, but it's just like it kind of takes away from the action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes you out the immersive, doesn't it?
Yeah. Rating?
5.2.
Yeah. I've got the same.
Have you?
Yeah.
You've not, have you? You've not written it down.
I have.
You've not.
5.2. Literally, yeah, now look.
Yeah, just typed it.
5.2.
Just see your hands on the keyboard.
Yeah, I'd probably, to be honest, I probably feel about the same. It needs to be a bit closer to 5.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe even, I don't know, I think
4.8 at a push.
putting into 4's probably a bit of a stretch, to be honest.
Yeah. So like I say, overall, it was meh. There's nothing to take away from the film that you remember,
No.
as we figured out.
Yeah. We did a Wall of Fame.
Yeah, it's quite a difficult one to actually do as well, wasn't it?
It was a bit. I'll tell you what, it was difficult to watch. Trying to watch through it, like I say, I watched it 3 times.
Yep.
And just every time I was dreading it. When it first, because it came onto Sky recently, that's how I watched it.
Yep, same.
And when it first came up, I was like, oh, I want to watch it, but I knew we were going to be watching it for the podcast. And I thought, I'll wait till then.
I was the same, actually.
Yeah, so then the first time I watched it, I had quite high hopes for it, even though I knew the rating was low because we were going to be doing it. I thought, I'll give it a watch, it's got to be good. And I watched it, and I was just so disappointed.
Yeah.
I was just a story, the kind of global warming crap that they're trying to. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a global warming denier or anything like that, but I don't want to be preached to in my films that are there to entertain me.
Yeah, regardless of what the subject is.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You want to be entertained, not punished. Or
Exactly.
info spewed down you.
I don't want your global
Propaganda.
warming propaganda.
Yeah.
Because even at one point, they're talking about, oh, he's sped up. They mentioned, oh, he sped up global warming with all this, and it's like, oh, it was only what humanity were going to do. I just sped it up by a few years. And it's like, but shut up. Yeah, we get it.
Yep.
I don't want to be reminded constantly that the Earth is fucked. Because what do you want me to do about it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, mate. I'm with you on that one there. Really
propaganda, but I'm going to say one to skip for this one.
am.
I honestly don't see the point in watching it.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go the same as well, mate. I really am. Yeah, one to skip.
Because like you say, it's not memorable. The storyline is just meh.
Yeah.
The plot is just meh. It basically undoes everything from the first one because they bring Orm back and make him a good guy again.
Yeah. Which makes the first one pointless.
Yeah, so it makes other than Arthur becoming king, everything else is just kind of, well, let's just put it back to how it was. Orm's now your best mate again.
Same bad guy.
Yes, exact same bad guy,
Yeah.
same motivation towards him. Yeah, he's trying to unlock this ancient green goblin Groot-looking thing and his army of the dead. But why? And and the fact that you've got to warm the whole world up to do it. Oh, sod off.
Yeah.
Keep your lectures to yourself.
Yeah, I
Just-
agree.
To be honest, watch the first one. The first one's not too bad. Skip this one. It shouldn't have been made. There was no need for it to make it.
Yep.
And that's my take on it. I don't know about yours.
No, 100% I agree with you, mate.
Yeah.
100% I agree with you. One to skip.
Yeah, so skip this pile of steaming turd.
Right. Just before we do finish up, though.
Yeah.
Next 4 episodes. So
Yeah.
the next one is going to be a little bit difficult and different as well at the same time. Because we're not going to be reviewing a film, are we?
That's the plan, anyway. Yeah,
Plan. Because next one is our 50th episode.
yeah, we've made it to 50. Can you
Who would've
believe it?
thought? We've done this on a whim.
I know.
It's like,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we'll tell you a bit more about how we got started next week, but
good subject to do. Yeah.
yeah,
Good subject to do.
Yeah.
Bit of a background on us and
yeah,
what our favourite films are, what our worst films are, the films that we've reviewed as well. Do you like the best and worst?
yeah.
And yes, go over a few different things as well.
It'll be like a bit of a recap episode and
Yeah.
see how we've done so far and what our plans are for moving forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something different.
Yeah,
Then, episode 51 is going to be American Ninja 2, starring Mr. Michael Dudikoff himself.
the autistic ninja
The
himself.
autistic ninja, yes.
Yeah.
And then we have Steven Seagal. He is back
Yeah.
for a 2012 classic, Maximum Conviction,
Of course.
with Steve Austin.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, isn't it?
The two Steves.
So that's going to be fun.
Jesus.
And then, after that, an even more fun, legendary one, The Three Ninjas.
Three Ninja Kids.
Well, it depends where you're from. But yeah, it's actually called Three Ninjas, but then originally I think it was called Three Ninja Kids, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Like you
anyway.
say, I think it depends on where it was released.
With the one and
Well-
only Victor Wong, and it was released in 1992. He's a legend.
Oh, jeez.
The legend, Victor Wong.
Victor Wong.
Victor Wong.
What's Victor Wong directed?
Oh,
Oh, he's not a director, is he? Oh,
Oh, shit.
what's he been in before?
I don't know. I've not got his thing up. But he's a great actor, so
Oh, is
stay
he?
along.
All right.
Stay along for that one. Right, let's call it a day on this one.
Yeah. So thank you. If you made it this far, you're a good one. Please hit that like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Yeah, and we'll catch you next week for our 50th episode. Yeah. I've been Eric.
I've been Darren.
Take care, guys.
Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.